Black businesses are allowed to have bad customer service. Like
that's the problem right there.
Then we go get like AJ, who thinks all black businesses have bad customer service.
They do.
Is your restaurant clean? What? Black restaurants being dirty?
Yeah.
He's going to his auntie's crib. What the type of restaurants is he going to?
Do y'all think Nori's gonna bend the knee and not drop it?
Akademiks is not going back up to the JBP because he's afraid to stand on what the he said.
Marc Lamont is prideful than a mother dog.
Oh, no.
He's a with a purpose.
Damn. Play it again.
Yeah, shorty, that's 27 on your scale.
You talking about the white girl?
A 27?
All right, like Raleigh isn't better than Charlotte, but Charlotte doesn't have the best downtown.
Right.
He was like, I don't need it for this. Let me.
Dog.
Sweetness is cold-blooded.
That nigga intro, that's one of the coldest intros of all time.
I skate now.
You wasn't sitting on the floor beating your and I had to walk past your nasty ass.
You in a whole Joe Budden space.
Joe looked crazy. Raqi Thunda looked crazy.
There's a story missing.
Oh yeah,
that they're both not saying.
I do also think Joe did her dirty in more than one way.
I still don't know if she's not a bum. She could still be a bum.
Why didn't she have a response to that?
Because she's homeless.
Yo, they were arguing about the stupidest man. Holy they both lost. Joe Budden destroyed Rap Radar. You built IP but never owned the product. He's like, give me a job. I need a job.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no, this is disgusting.
Journalist for hire. Yeah. Feed them people. Welcome back to another installment of the Homeroom University podcast. You see, it's the pod about your favorite pod. I'm your classmate, Tone Grove.
Jay Nobles.
AJ the Menace.
I'm in on the boards.
Yeah.
𝐿𝙿𝙾𝚃 in Charlotte.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Yes. Prayers for 𝐿𝙿𝙾𝚃. He's been caught by white women and he needs your help. He needs you to like the video, share and subscribe, and comment down below your hashtag office hours partner at the end of the show. We get to answer some of y'all questions y'all leave. And you know, get to become one. Get to really know y'all. But appreciate y'all for clicking on the video. Make sure you check out Patreon too. $5 for now. It's gonna go up, so get it while you can.
420 conversations on there. What are we talking about today?
We talked about
420 conversations.
A lot of tomfoolery, man. That's what we get into.
We have an established 26 on the scale of bitches.
We finally met a woman that hit the Richter.
No,
she
for
hit the
them.
Richter scale.
So that we're finally shaping the scale. We have face to numbers now. We're locking in.
Hey.
Yeah, just for a little context, AJ is infatuated with the women that we find attractive. I don't really know how to explain it, but it's been an ongoing saga for probably 6 months' time now, and he just can't comprehend that niggas like different women in him. Yeah. But every time we talk about it, it's entertainment, so $5 Patreon to see more about that.
So if you want the truth on what's actually happening.
We've set a precedent for what a 26 is. I think we all unanimously agreed she was a 26, so I don't want to hear no fuss going forward.
Yeah. You rated her pretty high too.
I never put a number on it. Oh yeah, out of my 1 through 10 I did.
Yeah,
you said you out of 10.
Yeah.
Well, don't spoil it for him.
Oh shit. Bleep it, Loren.
God damn it.
He's over there, yeah.
But yeah.
And then the other one was too. The scale is getting established.
Yeah, the scale is getting, that's the ball.
Because you're just trying to find a barometer for where he's coming from. Because
barometers, yours is pretty wild too, but his is the worst for sure. For sure.
Everybody's different, AJ.
Everybody's different.
AJ,
he just doesn't.
Everybody's
think
different
that
when it's y'all.
Everybody's different, dog.
Okay.
I don't like Indian food. Some people do.
I hear you. Well, let's get to these niggas, man. I think we should just talk about black-owned businesses, $1 million worth of game. Wallo has been under some serious backlash, so. $1 million worth of game. Why did I say that already? Why did I say that? I don't know why I said that.
Yeah, what are you going to say now?
Right, yeah. I just said everything.
You might as well do it again.
Right.
Just hit
$1 million worth of game. Wallo, from the $1 million worth of game, is facing extreme backlash for his comments on black businesses and customer service and where he'll spend his black dollar, and leading with black businesses are like you forcing or wanting me to support because it's just a black business is the dumbest concept in the world. Well, a couple things. That's pretty much what he was saying. But I mean, the best thing is just to start with the video because he's sick of these niggas. You know what I'm saying? So I think we should just hear it from the horse's mouth. So
it's very important we hear
emotion.
Us. Oh, I'm black. Oh, black people.
Us. Oh, I'm black. Oh, black people. Nobody gives a fuck about that. Kill that shit. Ow. Either you got a good business or you don't. All that shit, don't nobody want to hear that shit. That's a hustle. Support me because I got a black business. Is your restaurant clean? Is the food good? Do you got consistent cooks? Is the material of your shit good? Stop doing that. Oh, you support the white people? No, I support consistency, baby. Yeah. Don't fuck about what color you is. I'm gonna spend my money. That paper, I'm gonna spend them deals where the fuck I want to spend it at. Whether it's Porsche, Ferrari, Lamborghini, I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do while I'm here. But I'm gonna tell you one thing, I ain't gonna be finessed off some black shit. But one thing about it, 70% of you motherfuckers is not going to make it. I'm not no motherfucking fake-ass motivational speaker that talk this dumb shit. I'm the #1 nigga in the country. You know why? Y'all seen me come out of the penitentiary. I make millions, and I make millionaires, baby. You understand me? I come from the ghetto.
So I think off the rip, a black business played with him that morning. Off the rip. Because that energy is fresh off of
fresh.
I just tried to support you niggas. And this is how you do me? And now I got to do a motivational speech? I'm going in on y'all.
Or maybe because he's a black millionaire, and just like we're all black millionaires, it get that idea of like, yo, you got to help save all black people. It gets thrown at him to a point where, you know, sometimes they get frustrated and, you know, they can spaz out like this. It happens.
Yeah.
But I
agree with him overall.
Part of me...
And I think it's important that he's saying it to black businesses. It's not like he's having these talks in white corporation rooms where he's like shitting on the little nigga. Like, it's different when you telling it to him because it comes from a different place. It's like, we want y'all to be better. Because if y'all are better, everything is better. And this is the only way that y'all are really going to learn is that if we stop like putting the training wheels on you. Like if we keep going with the whole, you're a black business, that's why we supporting you. We going to accept bullshit. Then we going to get niggas like AJ who thinks all black businesses have bad customer service.
They do.
Exactly.
Most of them do.
And that's why Wallo is necessary.
That's what Wallo was saying what I feel.
Most black businesses.
We've had this conversation.
That's not what Wallo said though.
That's not exactly what he said.
That's not at all what he said. He said don't have your whole business be I'm black and make that be what supports you. You said all black businesses have bad customer service. Those are two
and then he
different
also
things.
mentioned customer service after what you just said.
Yeah, which is a necessary thing to have a great business, but he didn't say they all suck. He said being black doesn't make you not needed.
Not needed.
It doesn't make it not necessary. Like just because you're black doesn't mean that you can't have good customer service.
Black businesses are allowed to have bad customer service. Like
that's the problem, right?
White
there.
people.
That's really the problem.
I didn't say that. You just said
most businesses don't have like the best customer service.
That's
Customer
not true.
service for the most part be like kind of shitty. There's only a couple companies that I've had like the best service, and that was Apple. Them niggas took over my screen and was like, okay, I'll fix it. Ooh. And I watched them fix my screen.
Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, it was like, no. What?
You have bad customer. If you have bad customer service at Chick-fil-A, you're the problem.
Nah, I've never had bad customer service.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Chick-fil-A's pretty
Yeah, that's a bad example, nigga. Come on,
is it?
Yeah, I mean it's Chick-fil-A, nigga.
Yeah,
I've had.
That's not every business. That's just Chick-fil-A.
There's bad, and this is what I'm saying. A lot of times we're too hard on ourselves.
You just said they're allowed to have it though. That's crazy to say that.
In terms, they're not allowed to keep having it, but they're allowed. They're allowed.
Which one
to,
is it?
They're allowed to
what you're
have
saying.
bad customer service in the sense that all businesses have like bad customer service. So are you?
No,
is it
all
just
businesses have
black
bad
businesses,
moments.
or is it just moments? What is that?
All businesses having bad customer service is insane.
You said most black businesses do,
but they do. That's a shame.
He's trying to seem like it. He's trying to seem like it. It seems like you're framing it like black businesses have to be better than other regular businesses.
I don't.
To be sustainable.
They're not even on the. They're not up par.
But the thing is, like other businesses do sometimes be having shitty service, and it doesn't become a connotation to that whole industry.
But to bring it back to Wallo's point, do y'all think he's a part of the revolution? By what he was saying, like, what? Like, do you think he's a part?
Did you see that?
I'm just dubbing the question because when I first saw this, what would you even call this?
Seminar.
I saw a different video, and it was his last statement of basically saying he repeated that statement like 10 times.
Right.
Look, man, a lot of y'all not gonna make it.
Right.
For real. And this is the reason. Boop, boop, boop. So I thought that's what it was all about. Like, okay, he's just, saying that. But when I heard him say this, it was just like.
So you didn't like this?
I didn't like it, man. I just felt it was coming from a place of, it wasn't coming from like a pure place. Like to what you said, maybe one black business just fucked them over like one time that morning, which it happens.
A lot of black businesses fuck them over on a regular. It's just somebody caught them that morning too.
People fuck over people. And unfortunately, black people fuck over black people.
And it just seems like Wallo's being harder on the black businesses.
Is Wallo's
That's
being
how it seems?
Yeah, because if he
little
had bad service at like fucking McDonald's, is he gonna go in the seminar and talk shit about McDonald's?
Yes, probably.
No.
And no. And it just seems like it because Wallo, I can't just say Wallo. That's why I had to ask the question because Wallo seems like the type of person he talks about prison reform.
For the revolution?
He goes to prison.
Which revolution, though? There's a couple of them.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? There's a couple different parties.
The only revolution
like Pan-African.
The only revolution that matters, nigga. Black revolution, nigga.
You hotep.
But I was just, it's like, I'm not about to support you just because you black.
Let's listen to what he said again.
Yeah, I don't know if it was that crazy.
He didn't.
Okay.
Us. Oh, I'm black. Oh, black people. Nobody gives a fuck about that. Kill that shit. Either you got a good business or you don't. All that shit, don't nobody want to hear that shit. That's a hustle. Support me because I got a black business. Is your restaurant clean? Is the food good? Do you got consistent cooks? Is the material of your shit good?
Okay, let's just break down that first part.
That's never happened to me.
What?
Black restaurants being dirty.
You've been to just the best black.
I've never been to what he's talking about. Is your restaurant clean? What? Black restaurants being dirty?
Yeah.
He's going to his auntie's. What the fuck type of restaurants is he going to? He's going down the block. Well, he's not going to a fucking establishment with a grade card. Where the fuck is he going? Let's be honest. Now, I do understand, like, okay, the idea, niggas have bad attitudes, okay, and if wherever they are, they're probably going to have a bad attitude, whatever. But for the most part.
So we can just brush past that?
Yes.
Because that's not just...
Yes. Let's just brush past it. It didn't happen. Because...
You're the problem for accepting this shit.
Maybe, but at least I'm not putting ourselves on a pedestal either. Which I feel like he's trying to
No,
too.
I don't think so. This is what happens. You as a black person, you might see something. Okay, just addressing what he actually said. Using I run a black business as part of your marketing scheme and all that shit is corny as fuck. The only time I think it's 100% necessary is when you're actively, as the business owner on the back end side, trying to pursue certain grants, loans, opportunities, business to business transactions. Oh, you need to support some niggas and send 50,000 over here. Oh, this is a black owned business. There's only black people over here.
I disagree with that, AJ.
Well, I'm not done. So that to me, I feel like that's completely on the table and good. But yeah, you using it as like an active marketing campaign to
so you can negotiate with it, but you can't market with it.
You should be able to market with it. Every day I'm at work, I drive to different places, shit, company car, I'm the man. But
oh my God.
There's not a single person that works there that doesn't have a car.
But company
that's like
car,
the lowest level of tool they give us.
They're not going nowhere. They staying in the same place. But every day I see some type of like new Indian restaurant or like there's Indian.
Hold on.
There's Indian Uber companies that strictly deliver Indian food and they market that way. You get what I'm saying? And so if they allowed to do it, we should be allowed to do it.
You ever been to Cary, brother?
Now, I do understand your sentiment that people will try to manipulate you, emotionally manipulate you into like going with them because, all right, struggle power and shit.
Yeah.
But
that's what he's talking about.
Maybe.
You're right.
He said it.
You're right,
Maybe.
Noblez, but you have to market it. You can't just say it. Like, actually market it. Because people will come off and say Support black businesses. That's not
Right.
marketing.
As the blanket
You know what I'm saying? That's not marketing.
Right, like-
you know what I'm saying? Like,
That's a demand.
So you have to, you gotta,
enough, nigga.
no, you
Support
gotta actually.
black-
If your business is built around black things for the culture or socioeconomic, whatever it is, but it's just black things, and you want to market around that, then market around that.
Right. That's
But-
completely fine.
but
But if you
just
sell burgers, they can't be black burgers.
No, they can, but
No,
market it
nobody said
properly.
that. But yeah.
don't just
support
be like
black businesses.
Yeah, don't just be like support black businesses. I mean, yes, but make your business good too.
Is the business good? Do
Yeah.
I want to support this motherfucker? That's like when everybody says free this nigga. Does he need to be in jail?
My thing is, he's high on seminar talk because
He's
the
high
examples
off of a nigga fucking him
that-
over 30
no,
minutes before that.
he's high off.
That's what he's high off
He's
of.
high off of
sick this
seminar
shit.
talk.
This is what
Because
happens.
they-
Hold up. No, this is what happens with me. I'm not even actively like, let me seek out a black business's support today, right?
Of course you
But
don't.
if I see, I don't do that. But if I see some shit, it just happens to be black, it's a bonus. Then you get there. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes, most of the time, it's like, what the fuck?
No, tell the
But
truth.
halfway-
No, tell the truth. It stinks in there.
That's a steak. But you'll be like going through the experience. One, I'm either being severely overcharged for this experience. Even going to a fucking nightclub. Think about the black experience going to a black nightclub compared to a white nightclub. Nigga, they make you pay to stand in every section of the club. It's
I'll
the
let you
worst,
finish.
nigga.
I'll let
It's
you
the
finish.
worst. But long story short,
He
you
hates us.
might get bad customer service, and compared to you, I'm supposed to take that because niggas just got
AJ.
attitudes and it's okay.
AJ,
And then at the end,
AJ.
you're like, you know what? This only happens.
Say it again.
This only happens when I support niggas.
we've
It doesn't
all
only happen when
been
you
to
support
Glenwood.
niggas, though. It just hurts more.
We've all exactly because we're emotionally attached to each other, which
And
we
he
should
just
be.
remembers those moments.
We've all been to Glenwood. There's a specific club on Glenwood that many of the niggas have been turned around because
Too
you
many
got
pockets.
Oh, sir, you got too many pockets. Turn the fuck.
Say it.
I don't know the club, but it's one of those houses. One of those houses.
Cornerstone.
Fuck it.
Cornerstone.
Throw him in there.
But that's some real shit. Like, oh, you got on camo, dog. We can't let you in.
Downtown Raleigh's racist as a motherfucker.
But-
Check out my video on that too on
and
YouTube.
go watch that. And they make you stand in line, just like with black clubs. It happens with everybody, dog.
What's the
I'm telling
entry fee for the black club compared to the white club?
You. Same.
Stop it.
Prove it.
Niggas can go out right now. $20 to get you. It probably get you into two or more or multiple spots that are like white. And one nigga club, 20 is in the parking lot still.
What was you saying with what was like your second point?
What I was saying is just like, I don't have like a hyperfixation. It's just like when I go to a black business and the customer service is fucking trash, I'm not even thinking about, man, this experience sucks. It's just a point at some point where I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now? What is happening?
Okay.
And why does this always happen at nigga establishments?
I was gonna give an
Why
example.
do I have to move with a different set of rules so my experience is better here? Because I have to like operate around how niggas are.
I've only been
Why can't I just go there, buy my product, go home in a timely fashion, and be treated nicely? the whole
AJ, I
time?
might be fucked up. I've only been to the best of black establishments.
Clearly,
I
that's-
went to New Orleans. I went to the best of black establishments.
That's a place.
We went
Downtown
to
North Carolina.
we went to Charlotte. Went to a vintage street clothing store. F
Great
Mac
black
bought something,
business.
and the fact that he bought something means it was okay price. Not saying F Mac a cheap motherfucker, but
or
you
poor
know,
or
it's-
anything, but yeah.
you know. But so, and that was a black owned vintage shop. So it's like I've in a couple different places. So I don't really know what the fuck Wallow's talking about. Like, but
crazy.
but I don't know if you want to say
Y'all
the
remember
example
when-
that you personally had.
Y'all remember when Keith Lee
black
went to
contractor?
Atlanta? Y'all remember when Keith Lee went to Atlanta?
That's different.
But that happened though.
He's half Puerto Rican.
Y'all remember when Keith Lee went to Atlanta? Everybody knows Keith Lee, but you remember how bad those videos were? How bad the customer service and shit was in Atlanta?
Yeah.
And he couldn't put out like half the videos. And then he just made a video was just like, bruh, the businesses down here are fucking terrible. Most of them black.
I've never been to Atlanta.
Have you seen the Keith Lee video?
I've seen the Keith Lee. I've seen it. Now, to speak on that, that's really just the standards that people.
And you also got to remember
That's the
his method
standards
of
that
doing
people
it.
put up with.
His methods of, yeah, you. You, the nigga that says we can accept bad customer service from niggas.
Yeah, but
you put up with these bad standards.
Yes, but
are you not
I'm not talking
boycotting-
about the extreme version. Like every business now, on every business on every corner has bad service. Granted, I've never been to Atlanta, so I don't. But I've seen that video. But I don't even know if he's telling the truth.
That might be his. That might be his
my
one
point.
shot right.
You destroyed your point when you said we can take bad service from black people and just it'd be okay. Your point was cooked at that point.
That's because we do it with the white ones.
We do it with the white
You're
ones.
not boycotting McDonald's if they give you cold fries.
The only difference
I'm
is
boycotting that McDonald's.
the only difference is
I don't even believe that.
the only difference is that they're corporations, so there's a real level of detachment because it's like, oh, this is Target, but it's really you, the person. You get what I'm saying? But with black businesses, we attach it to them
because the brand is right here.
You know, it's the second layer of the shit that really irks me though. It's when a nigga who like really wants you to support his black business or a black business and you want to, and then that same nigga won't support black businesses properly. Like he'll come to your black business and ask you for a discount instead of just supporting your black business. You know what I'm saying? Like
honestly,
even shit like that. Like actually like, come on, we one of them. We got to do this a little cheaper. Like, why don't we just do good black business all the way around?
We've also been fucked over by a black business.
You said what?
We was paying to get into a facility for months, and it turned out we were the only ones paying for it.
There you go.
And that was a black business.
Yeah.
Not going to put his name out there because I think he changed his life.
Sounds like the black nightclub experience. Constant extortion from start to finish.
That's all nightclubs.
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's different.
Do you think a Native American casino is better than a white casino?
Well, all
which ones do you think is
Native
better?
American.
All of them?
That's the reparations.
Yeah, that's a reparation. You have to be Native American some percent to even have one.
So, okay.
Yeah.
Down the lineage, some mixed and became white.
For sure, because there's definitely white people with 1% whatever in them,
and we profiting off that 1% investment,
and they qualify.
And they all moved to Las Vegas, and now they flourishing and shit. Right. There's no Native American casinos in Las Vegas. It's probably only 2%. Fuck.
What?
Fuck.
He just heard that.
This shit is insane.
Prove it, nigga.
It's a fact. It's a Google away.
But look, I just don't. Personally, I think Wallo was being a little extreme, just a little bit. And
you are the problem.
I think he was being a little extreme, and the tonality in his voice, it made me question if he's gonna fight for us when it comes time.
Yo,
just because this one take, nigga.
You are the problem. You're the problem.
You don't believe half of what you just said. I can't believe you just entertained this shit.
Oh my God. No, he believes it because he's stuck to this.
Yeah, no,
this is more than what we've talked about this more than before this Wallo shit. We've definitely
even the customer service and accepting the bad version of it, he's always championing that shit.
That's the shit that you have
but
too.
At least he's consistent.
You've championed it too.
He's getting it from the black and the white.
You decided to be quiet today. But you be championing bad customer service.
I don't champion bad customer service.
You're
That's an oxymoron.
Nigga. I'm just
17 minutes ago.
Yeah,
no.
Nah, niggas don't champion it, but I'm not gonna not spend my money.
Yeah. What's wrong with niggas?
That's encouraging it.
First, okay, how bad has customers out? Like, what type of life are you living?
They've been smacked. They've been assaulted by cashiers, nigga.
What life have y'all going through?
You be like, damn, this bitch got an attitude every time I come here.
But that be why the business. But see that though, that's why the business don't grow though, my nigga.
Yeah.
You don't understand.
And you can't be talking about fast food customer service, right?
No. Well, wait. He was just asking if I ever worked at fast food.
But you're not talking.
But no. Well, I mean, I guess a lot of black businesses that I have been to have been some sort of food based. That's probably like the most common.
But you can't count fast food.
I'm not counting fast food.
Okay, because that's
But even if it was McDonald's, niggas would be charging double probably.
Yeah.
If it was black owned.
Yeah.
And then get mad when I ask for a coupon. Wait, but you're charging double with the same product that they got over there at McDonald's. Niggas do shit like that. $50. Yo, a nigga will be selling plates on their story. Yo, got plates $40, $50. You're like, nigga, what?
But there's also
am I feeding 14 people?
So you don't know. Shout out to Fire.Eats on IG.
I don't know if I'm shouting them niggas out.
She got plates.
What's her prices?
Nigga, she Raleigh native plates for 2025. Nigga, what's up?
You can't beat that.
What's up?
That's decent, depending on what's in there.
And that's the average for real. I rarely see plates that are more than $20, $25.
Come on, I've definitely seen more.
You got to get off Facebook.
No, it's everywhere. Instagram, Facebook, all that shit.
Instagram, Facebook.
Niggas be selling
news.
expensive plates. That's what niggas do.
I actually get excited to support black businesses when I see one. For
Yes,
sure.
nigga.
I get excited too, but it is a thing where you want to be sure that it's actually still a good business. Though.
You've been disappointed more times than not.
Probably.
Yep.
Probably. Yeah.
Y'all went to some bad
Y'all
black
went to some
businesses.
fucked up
I
places.
mean, I still
man.
support it.
Y'all accept bad customer
I still
service.
support it.
No. The fact that you're connecting bad customer service to black businesses.
You said that.
Is disgusting.
You said that.
Nah, you did say that, AJ.
I'm fine with that. I'll stand on that too.
Okay.
It was
I'll
stand
stand
on
on
it
that.
then,
Yeah,
nigga.
for sure.
Oh, okay.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely fine with that.
I'm about to say.
Yeah.
Loren had to help fix the base before you can stand on it.
It's just fucked up
Goddamn it.
because I know
I don't
you've
agree with
had
that
more
statement,
bad customer service experiences at white businesses than black.
Most
You've
definitely.
been to
Yeah.
more white
Probably
businesses.
because I've been
Yeah.
to more white businesses.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but it's like you don't throw it.
So that's
on
why you have to
them.
go to percentages. It would be a percentage thing. We've all been to more white businesses. All of us in America.
But if you want to
realize-
go to percentages,
unless
do you think that
you're from Atlanta or somewhere like that.
But if you go to percentages, you don't have a good enough sample size of black businesses to say that
Oh, I have a
all
healthy-
of them.
I have
And
a
you
healthy
realize
sample size.
if we supported each other's businesses, like if we stopped shopping at, quote unquote white corporations,
Right.
or whatever that means, putting white in front of
Right,
it,
right.
still a corporation. But you understand, like that would create like a whole
A
different
hole in
type
the
of
economy.
economical
Yeah,
system.
niggas want that.
Yeah, you know what's not going to happen? That. Niggas ain't doing that.
Why?
We've done before.
Because niggas like you.
No.
You're
Niggas
the problem now.
No, I'm not. Niggas aren't going to stop buying Gucci. It'd be nice if they did, but they're not. Gucci can come out with 3 more pieces that offend them because they got a noose around a crew neck sweatshirt, and niggas will still buy it. It is what it is.
Niggas buying Gucci in large.
There's certain shit that niggas just ain't gonna stop doing, and that's spending exorbitant amounts of money on white establishments or shit like that.
Because that's the majority of establishments.
It depends though. Like, I don't know, man.
There's no hope for
Niggas
us.
won't. It's like, do you even shop at Gucci?
No.
Exactly.
I also can't afford a bunch of Gucci.
Even if they bought like some red tinted glasses with some cheetah print, would you buy it?
Red tinted glasses with cheetah print. If you said tortoiseshell, it would have hit a lot better. Way better.
You knew what I was talking about.
And if you'd have said rose.
And I hope it hurts.
Tortoiseshell is a man.
But I don't know, man. I think Wallo's tripping just a little bit. He was, I don't. And what fucks it up, we didn't get to see at least 5 more minutes of this. At least I didn't.
I didn't need to. I needed the 60 seconds, and I knew everything that he said was real.
Fuck that, man.
You gotta stop hating on y'all brothers.
It's not enough of us. We gotta support one of another.
I'm supporting, man.
No.
Yeah, I support you on the first go round, and then I decide if I'm gonna support you or not.
Exactly.
That's
That's a
what I'm
fact.
about. Give them one.
Okay.
Just give them one chance, though.
But I want to continue to support.
I
My
always give him one chance.
my problem is
and
that
a
when
lot of the times I don't go back.
my problem is I don't get to like continue to support all the time because I didn't like what I experienced. That's my problem, personally.
Yep. This is the real reality, but it's okay with backup. It's whatever.
It's the real reality.
It is.
Oh my
But
God.
all right. Nori is receiving backlash for an episode that hasn't even come out yet, $1 million worth of game with Andrew Schulz. Schulz is still on his
Drink Champs.
media. Oh, yeah. What did I say? $1 million worth of game. Yeah, Drink Champs. Schulz is still on his promo run.
Same level of niggatry.
And in the video, I think with Chigs that I watched, he was like, it feels like he's focusing on black media outlets. I don't know. He's been on a lot of white media
Yeah, he's
outlets. I
been
just don't think
everywhere.
niggas know where he's, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
he's
But
been
like,
everywhere.
It just
Yeah,
don't
he-
make waves on that side of the internet. But he
Right.
went on like Dan Soder's podcast, Ari Shaffir, and all them niggas.
he went on people's podcasts that I've never seen a day in my life.
Tim
too.
Dillon's too.
Yeah, so it's just, he is hitting a
think
lot
it's
of
too
black
much.
outlets, but you think it's too much?
I think he's smothering niggas.
Nah, I think it's a real media brand.
It's a real
It's a
outlet.
real media run.
Because you
like-
gotta, this is Netflix, right?
yeah.
So he's doing it
It's
correctly.
a real one where
yeah.
you're just
Yeah.
going to all the platforms. That's why you think it's really doing it.
You think
I actually
it's too
saw
much.
him on he did Brown Bag. That shit was good.
It's just
Yeah, he did do that.
podcasting.
With him and Letty,
Letty.
that literally felt like an old, like back in the day when she used to come over to Bring Idiots. That's how that episode felt.
All right.
Yeah,
Like
that
they
it was
just
cool.
kicking it.
Yeah, that was like on some old school shit. But it was dope seeing that too, because it's like, oh shit, like you forget like these are like niggas that just all came up together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, this whole backlash with him being on Drink Champs. Is this the sizzle reel? Because I know they dropped the commercial or the trailer.
Nah, this is the Chicks video.
Yeah, let's see what it says. Yeah,
There's just a Chicks video.
yeah.
All right.
Oh man, talk about keeping your foot on somebody's neck. The people are not letting Nori slide with this one. Despite what people always say, sometimes, yeah, the money does change you. Now, Drink Champs, the platform that was all about giving flowers to legends, more specifically, hip-hop legends. Now, initially when Nori started Drink Champs, he said, listen, this is not for the new school. This is not for the new age rappers. This is not for the TikTok rappers. My podcast, Drink Champs, is strictly about music legends, legends that do not get their voice heard in media. And I'm gonna give Nori credit. He stuck to this plan for about 5+ years. I believe the podcast is maybe 6-7 years old. Now, today, Nori announced that comedian Andrew Schulz was going to be on his podcast. And they also dropped this trailer as well.
The one and only Andrew Schulz! You know,
I see how you guys do this. You like manipulate the guests into getting drunk. Like I'm a pussy if I don't drink. So in New York we had this. Did you have a TV in Left Rack?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good at peer pressure.
Yes, it's great.
We're fucking good at it.
You stormed the Capitol.
We did that shit. We got in. Well, first of all, if you're offended by a joke, you're allowed to be. That's what I keep telling people. Like I think there's this idea that comedians are out here going, you're not allowed to be offended by the joke. You like however you feel, you feel.
You just hit the #1.
Is anybody else just sick of comedians talking about like how you should feel about jokes? I don't ever want to hear that conversation again.
They're not bringing the conversation up though. It's usually in response to like motherfuckers not laughing.
Why don't they just shoot it down though? Like they're not tired of talking about it.
A lot, and people be asking them. It is annoying though, like just the whole conversation being brought up. But a lot of times the interviewer
is asking the question.
The interviewer, is asking the question.
And you're just one of the people who've actually heard this conversation enough for, you know what I'm saying?
So it's dead.
Because you follow these comedians and these people. Like,
and let's be honest,
it's like Charlamagne saying the same thing over and over again. He's doing that for the people who haven't heard it yet.
Exactly. And Nori, you got to think about Nori's audience. How many times is this his first time on here?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Schulz, yeah.
Nori's audience is completely clueless to what's going on, like with Andrew Schulz in the white world and white comedy and shit. So this might be new to him. So it's probably going to be a lot of old rehashed conversations that everybody has already talked about.
Yeah, people responding very upsetly to comedians' jokes has been a thing. And it's always going to be a thing. So niggas got to ask about it. That's the biggest question for a comedian. It's like, yo, what do you do if nobody's laughing? Or if you piss somebody off?
Yeah.
Every time a comedian goes on an interview, they ask, so like, what's the worst thing?
That's a bad interview question then.
When has Nori ever been? Nori's been...
Nori ain't Gayle King.
Bogus as motherfucker as an interview.
Yeah, that's true.
But he's cool though, so it's worth something.
You think people are just going to what Chiggs was saying and what Nori was even saying about how this is for retired rappers and old stories and shit like that. Like nobody can keep that up
forever, no.
And they're really mad that they think that this is Nori's attempt or him adding like another thing where it's like you're inviting him to the cookout type shit where why do y'all keep inviting Andrew Schulz to hip hop spaces when he's racist and he's not hip hop?
Yeah.
And it's like, with Nori's fan base not expecting him to have more than old retired rappers is fucking insane. And he did keep that up going. Chiggs was right about that. He did that for a lot longer than most people can do. Most people that are like interview base heavy like that, they burn out pretty quick. It's normally like a year or two. Like they held strong for a while.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't like it because they do it in seasons, right? How do they break down these episodes?
That I don't know.
I don't remember actually.
They don't do it.
It does feel like seasons, but it also
should do it in seasons.
But it also just feels like they just do it when they want to.
Yeah,
they should remarket that way though. Like they should have Anne Hathaway on. You know what I mean?
Just get white women drunk.
Well, they don't have to drink. They gotta have a drink in their hand.
It's Drink Champs. That's the whole ambiance of the show.
Not everybody drinks though.
You can't tell a white woman to drink. That's dangerous.
You can ask.
But
even on camera,
kind of venture into that lane. Maybe they've never even talked to a soccer player. Like they've never even tried to.
Do y'all think Nori's gonna bend the knee and not drop it? Because it is kind of weird. Like
it still hasn't come out.
This video like a couple weeks ago. Let's go to his page to just make sure it hasn't dropped.
Yeah, he might have folded actually.
And, this is
was 6
This is as of
Nobody's
the
ever
20th.
nobody's ever rolled out a podcast episode like this.
Yeah, and like
this-
dropped other podcasts in between.
He's held on to shit for a while before dropping before though.
He has, but it makes sense. Kanye has lost his goddamn.
I think he did that
mind, you
with
know
like
what I mean?
Dave Chappelle and
yeah,
shit
that
like
was
that
an
too.
emergency.
That one makes sense too.
It does.
The two that I can think of make a lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? Dave Chappelle and
Will Smith was 11 hours ago or 11 days?
11 hours ago.
And then what was before that?
Memphis Bleak.
It's gotta be a
Vibes
page where it gets
Cartel.
more views, right?
Nah.
Will Smith 11 hours ago, full episode 6.8 is just it's not real, right?
It is real, but
It's
you know,
probably real.
podcasts are audio too. Like, I wonder what they're pulling in on that front. They're audio too. They're audio predominantly.
The only ones who are really dominating on the audio side are the people who were around when that was more prominent. I feel like I don't think there's large booms of audio heavy listeners. I could be wrong. I'd be extremely interested to see.
Yeah, where do we go to find this?
I don't know where I would go to find that, but
That's the
I
thing
don't.
about audio
yeah,
views is that there's no view count at the end of Apple Music or Spotify.
Yeah, Spotify. Do they not have a view count? I don't have Spotify.
Not for
the music does,
not
but
for
the podcast
podcasts.
don't. Okay,
No. Yeah, they don't give out plaques for audio.
who don't give out plaques?
Nobody.
Yeah.
Oh.
Spotify give out plaques for fucking podcasts and shit? Like podcasts?
No.
That would be
Like
crazy though.
hitting a
They
certain
probably got
amount
some
of listens
end
or
of year
something.
wrap up graphics for you, but
Oh, for
a
sure,
plaque?
they got that.
Hell
Yeah,
no.
no, not a plaque.
Yeah. We're the only people doing podcast awards.
We don't even do that anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. I'm doing it this year. I'm already lining up. I'm
gotta
lining up who's gonna be on it.
We gotta get like the most cheapest plastic of trophies and get some emails and some addresses.
Yeah, mail them out.
So yeah.
We should mail niggas number 2 pencils.
That's funny.
So this is never coming out. He might have folded. He might not.
How long has it been? It's been a week, right?
Yeah, it's been a week. This is old news. Like this is actually old news.
Yeah, that's not long enough, man. He's gonna drop it.
Damn, so the protest worked.
No, he ain't pussy, man.
You can hold it for a week.
It's looking like it worked.
No, he ain't soft, man.
You don't believe it?
NRE. No.
I just think he don't want to piss his base off.
For what?
Because not everybody is.
Why is Andrew really that hated?
Yeah.
By old
I think
niggas?
he is. Yeah.
By niggas.
By old
name
niggas.
his name just isn't hot
Yeah.
right now. Because there was a point in
And
time
he
where-
interviewed Trump. Remember? I think we kind of forget about that
Yeah.
too. He interviewed Trump
So you know you kind of
During the
align yourself
political
on a-
race.
on
during
a
the heat
certain
of it.
side when
Yeah.
you
They're
do that.
like, yeah.
He's at that point now where like a lot of his fan base is meeting him before, like meeting him way after like you had a chance to understand who he was. You know what I'm saying? They're getting inserted into who he is now. There's a large.
There's so
part of
many people
like
who
that
had
now.
never heard of him until the Trump thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He probably gained another million, or like he probably gained another like 50 to 100,000 like dedicated loyal fans just off that one piece of content.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That are spread throughout the country. They might be the fanatics online too. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
But
But
this got to
even
be a weird time for folks.
niggas do hate him though. They really do.
And this is one of the first points in his career that black people genuinely hated him.
Yeah.
Because his whole come up, it seemed like black people
Black
fucked with him more
clubs
than
and
whites
shit.
at first.
Yeah.
They did. It's because Charlamagne gave him his YouTube channel, the Brilliant Idiots YouTube channel.
He probably had that joke.
and that's where he started dropping his joke a day or joke a week
yeah.
on a channel that mainly had black listeners that were coming from the Breakfast Club for Charlamagne for Brilliant Idiots.
Yeah.
And then that got turned into the Andrew Schulz channel,
Yep.
which is crazy. You know, that's crazy.
Come on, man.
That's how you put
Throw
the
him a
homies
line.
on.
But nah, I hope it doesn't even matter when Nori drops this because I know what it's gonna be. It's gonna be like
The same interviews that we saw.
no, it's just gonna be Nori.
Yeah, I'm not excited to
Basic
watch it,
noise.
actually.
Bunch of clapping.
I feel like
The-
I've seen too much of them.
The outrage alone is enough to be like, oh, all right, cool. But yeah, I don't need to watch the whole episode, especially if it's 2 hours. Fuck that.
No, and Nori isn't gonna make it fun.
And there's no way they're having a completely new conversation. Like he's been on
Exactly.
72 podcasts in the last 2 months, nigga.
Exactly. Nah.
So
He's
you
answering the
really
same
hate that
questions.
shit, huh?
But knowing Andrew,
Because after a while, and I was watching a couple of them, and I stopped because I'm like, okay, this is just the same talking points every time.
Oh, yeah.
It's literally the same conversation, just different people.
He's on a promo run.
and after a while, Andrew's he's probably gonna start asking them questions. Do the whole like, so what about you guys? Like, what was going on during the time you dropped the album? And
Oh, yeah.
record label disputes, shit like that.
Boring.
But
So
Niggas
Nor-
are mad. I don't know, you know?
Tricky.
I don't give a fuck.
I still need to watch it special.
You gonna
though.
watch it when it drops?
You still haven't watched the special?
I honestly won't probably. I'll watch it if there's a
Probably
moment in
won't.
it. Yeah, I just don't feel the need to watch it.
You got Netflix though, right?
Nah, y'all talking about two different things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we talking
what are you
two
talking
things.
about?
You talking about the special, you talking about the interview.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen the special either. I do have Netflix.
Damn, y'all still ain't seen
It
the
hasn't
special?
even pulled up on my
I saw
home feed now
parts of
that I
it.
think about it.
When it dropped, it was everywhere.
Yeah, so it's a little bit. It's been out for about a month now.
TV probably hear you hating on him. It's like fuck it.
Yeah, he's
I don't
like
want
that.
him to cancel his subscription. Let's just keep. This
I like
nigga on.
Schulz. I like Schulz
As a person.
as a comedian.
You
I
think
go
it's
every
funny?
time he's in town. Every time he's in town, I've seen him like 3 times now.
You laugh hard.
Have a good time every time. I never feel like I wasted money. I feel like I get my money's out of it every time.
And you can't say that about everybody.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, and it's like there's probably a little bit of nostalgia too with it. You know what I'm saying? Like I was saying, I feel like I said this before, where it's like because I listened to Brilliant Idiot so long, like I'm laughing at shit that only he can get off, but that's because he's established to me. You know what I'm saying? Like he just like looked at some guy and was like, "Is that your wife?" And they started laughing. That shit was hilarious. But you gotta like a nigga already for him to be able to get that off.
Yeah.
That's comedy though.
Yeah.
Because
like,
even if you're a new comedian, you go up on stage and we don't like you, it's like, I don't like you. So anything you
Yeah.
say is going to be ugh.
Yeah, so he definitely can get off certain shit. But I have a lower like threshold of what was good, probably. I'm sure. But
Exactly.
yeah, special wise, I haven't liked really many of his specials yet.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't have a special yet that I'm like that shit was fire.
That's special.
Yeah. But I've enjoyed it every time I've seen it live.
Yeah, they're all like good watches for sure.
Yeah.
You think that's why you haven't enjoyed the special? Because you be seeing it live? It'd be some of the same jokes too, right?
Not even really. It's just they're just not as funny. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think they're as funny.
Packaged in that format, maybe.
Yeah, and then the one that was like the real big one that was where he was flagrant had the wrestler that announcer ring guy bring him out. Like that one wasn't that crazy to me. Like
Infamous.
Yeah, Infamous.
Yeah.
Infamous was huge.
Yeah.
But I was like, it was cool. You know what I'm
wasn't
saying?
That, it wasn't
Puff
that
shit
It
amazing.
really wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't that crazy. It wasn't that great of
yeah.
a special though to me.
Yeah.
I actually don't remember the last good, like, I enjoyed that special.
Right.
I don't remember the last one I watched. It was probably like
Yeah.
the first time I saw that Shane Gillis shit. That's probably like 2 years ago.
When is the last special that I said was good?
Or a year ago.
I can't remember the last special.
Still Dave
I
Chappelle
just
for
watched
me.
the Dave Chappelle special, one of the Netflix ones. I can't remember which one. I think it was Stinks and Stones, the green jumpsuit.
Okay.
Yeah, I watched that one recently.
But you watched that for the first time recently?
No. Just again.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, damn, this shit is good.
It's good.
Good as hell. It's like they're so funny.
Them shits is funny.
Yeah, he was on a crazy
Netflix
run.
runs. Just like,
Yeah, his Netflix comedy special run was fucking crazy.
Yeah. Kept fucking with them alphabet letters.
Nah, he did it well too. That shit was funny.
Yo, that shit is
That shit was
funny.
hilarious.
Damn, them shits are good. Yeah, Schulz ain't got one of those yet. I can't speak on this newest one though. He gonna get it there. He gonna get it one day.
Yeah, I'm about to say he love you, Schulz.
That's the thing with comedians.
Don't
They
forget.
They can keep trying.
He gonna have to evolve a little bit.
Yeah, they
For
literally don't
sure.
stop.
He got
For
mature
sure.
enough.
Nah, not mature. He gotta throw this away as like his primary objective. I ain't gonna say primary objective, but the whole offensive take thing. He's gonna have to dumb that down. Not dumb it down. He's just gonna have to move away from that. Like it shouldn't be just about the offensive take. Just make something compelling and funny.
He already did. The
He-
life
he-
tour.
He dumbed it down a little bit on there, but it's not all the
You
way.
say you ain't like it like that.
Yeah, I like it like that, but that's part of it because he dumbed it down like that.
Nah.
This is
He was at his
Have you
prime
seen
before.
it?
I've seen some of it, and but when I say dumb it
It's
down, I
not
don't
flagrant?
mean not be. I just mean don't lean on being flagrant as the reason for you doing this.
Yeah.
Like don't just attempt to be flagrant at everything. Attempt to be funny. Don't attempt to be flagrant. Attempt to be funny. I want to just hear you trying to be funny. Completely.
Try harder. For Loren.
I guess, man. That's how it feels to me at least. Maybe it's because of how he built his
That
brand.
flagrant shit was getting. They were making a lot of money just being flagrant and not funny.
Yeah.
For a nice year or two,
Yeah.
it was profitable.
Yeah.
Just go up there and say the most fucked up shit, and niggas will start laughing. I mean, there really was like a little loophole in comedy, like for a year or two.
Now, there's an art to getting away with it. Like you can't just say fucked up shit.
Yes, you can.
Nah.
I'm talking about the loophole year. I'm not talking about in life.
Hey, I feel you.
I'm talking about the loophole year. Like,
Maybe so you might be undermining the technique though, because usually when you say fucked up things on stage, people go, ugh, like, I don't know if I should be a part of this.
Yeah. It depends.
there was a year. It was about a year or two when just anybody was good. Just say something semi fucked up, and you was up.
And specifically Andrew Schulz.
He was the leader.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
what
he
I'm
was the
saying. It
leader.
wasn't many people doing it like him.
Yeah.
There was a lot.
It wasn't many people going to like those leans like to the extreme.
I couldn't even name them.
But yeah, man. Let's get over to this Shannon Sharpe shit. I don't know anything about it though.
Yeah, so Shannon Sharpe is about to sign a new deal. And
Exceeding.
apparently it's going to
100
be,
plus.
you know, exceeding $100 million, you know what I mean? But
Expected to.
But you could just click on the link. So Shannon Sharpe's media deal with Colin Cowherd's The Volume Podcast Network is up. Sources tell Front Office Sports the Pro Football Hall of Famer has received multiple offers and is expected to sign a deal that would exceed $100 million. Sharpe's partnered with The Volume in August 2023, of course, several months after leaving FS1 Undisputed, where he broke up with Skip Bayless. And this is probably like the craziest breakup to come up like story, right? Like in the past 10 years. When has a
Now
motherfucker...
Jeff Bezos' wife.
Yeah, but that's a...
Come on.
But that's what happens with most women in that position.
Hey, nigga, she got paid. But is this just his show, or
Yeah.
is it all the shows that are under him as well?
It's
This is
all the
clubs.
shows.
Oh, it's everything.
It's all the
gotta
shows
be.
that are under him as well.
Because they wouldn't just give him $100 million for club shit.
It's
For
gonna
his-
encompass-
So for Shay Productions, essentially.
Yeah.
It's going to encompass Club Shay Nightcap Club 520 podcast. Shout out to and the Buddha Dub show, which I never watched.
Bubba Dub.
Bubba Dubs, excuse me.
I never seen that. Or
And
the
Humble
Baddies.
Baddies.
I never seen those last two at all. I never heard of them. But
Yeah,
the
look up-
top three, those are the leaders in that.
Yeah, for
Humble
sure.
Baddies.
That's a nice lineup.
Yeah, nice.
I don't know
It's a
what
nice
the first
check,
two,
too.
but the first one, Club Shay is paying all the bills. That's the biggest artist on the label. Nightcap is still him, so that's number 2. And then Club 520 is fucking booming.
Club 520 is
they
pretty
booming.
big too.
That's
man.
a heavy top 3 to where I don't have to know what these last two are. It really doesn't matter.
Yeah, nah.
Those first 3 are paying. I mean, one show is paying all the bills for everything, but yeah, Club 520 is getting up there too.
Yeah, nah.
It's crazy how
some
big that.
shit.
It's crazy how big Club 520 has gotten in the last 2 years.
Yeah, it's gotten pretty huge.
It's huge.
Yeah, and as
Yeah, they had a
as
really good
entertainment
strategic
and
beef.
It's got it all. Everybody serves their purpose. Like what's the dark skinned nigga's name? This
Behan.
nigga's hilarious. He's
Behan,
hilarious,
hilarious,
bro.
yeah.
Yeah. Jeff is hilarious. The other niggas, the moderator, like these niggas they're cooking. I think their Patreon is huge too.
word.
I think they got a huge Patreon.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't be surprised. But this is big though because you know, obviously like Shannon is black, he's a black business, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Really making waves, you know.
Yeah,
Wallo
Seems like they
Talk
got
about
good
it.
customer service over there.
yeah,
nigga.
you know what I'm saying?
$100 million
Wallo probably
worth.
hates him for it.
They do.
But
With those top 3 shows, great business.
yeah.
Great
yeah,
customer service.
Yeah.
I'm a satisfied customer.
And when is this the biggest deal
A black network has gotten.
since every network? Like how much they what was
Call Her
that?
Daddy got
They're
128.
I was about
usually
to
100
call her
plus.
daddy, that's
They're
the white
all-
girl, right?
Yeah.
She got 128.
They're
Okay.
all 100
Rogan
plus.
got a huge one too.
Rogan got the 200.
Yeah.
Just for himself.
More than once. Yeah, just for himself, which
Just
is the
for
biggest caveat, which is why he's so different.
Yeah.
Everybody else is bringing shows. Same with the Call Her Daddy chick. She brought like 3 shows over.
Okay.
But yeah, I think
But
it was that little chart. But yeah, she
Mainly
did. She
only
did
them.
clear over 100. Did you say Mandy?
I said mainly only them.
Oh yeah. Black person.
yeah,
This is
Mandy.
probably the first black person with a podcast network that's about to
Clear 100.
clear 100 something
100 something. That's crazy.
on their network.
And Shannon Sharpe, of all people, like I never.
He was one of the only-
I never doubted him, but I never thought like anything about him.
Sports commentary is funny. Is as popular as fuck though.
Yeah.
Now.
And he works at ESPN.
It always has been though.
He works for Disney. Those are different levels of connections.
Yeah.
And just
Yeah.
visibility.
Yeah.
they
How
haven't
much is-
alluded to who that group is yet, right?
No.
Because this is after the volume deal expires. This is with
Yes.
the volume now.
Yes.
So
And his, I
it might
forgot.
be directly with ESPN or something like that.
And I
Did they say
forgot what it's
sources tell
called.
us?
his manager, but he wasn't
multiple
even willing to
deals.
say anything about it.
Yeah, they haven't said anything about who it
You
is.
know, I feel
So,
like Chad is gonna break the news on accident.
How do you?
It'll be most interesting. Yeah, that's going to be the most interesting out of this is seeing who's the one he goes with, and who we get to see who cut that check. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And how do you think this money is going to be broken down? Like,
Even well, yeah.
how much is Shay? And really, the question is, how much is Shay getting?
Well,
He seems to be the face of this deal.
right.
so I'm
Shay
pretty
Network
sure he's
is getting the whole check,
Yeah.
and then
He'll decide what to do with it.
yeah, essentially, yeah, they decide what to do with it. With that, more connections come.
Really?
There. So what?
Nah. More connections come.
Yeah, like I'm sure with that, like
More
all the other
marketing power.
all the other shows they'll be making more money.
You can scale bigger than money.
None of them really need to scale. I don't think, and I don't know this, but I don't think even when they sign a deal, anything is going to change. I think the logos on the screen might change. That's about it. But everybody has their set locations. Like I don't think it's going to be like a.
I don't want to even see better cameras. I hope nothing.
That's what I'm
changes.
saying. I think it's going to be the exact same. I hope it is,
Yeah.
but I don't think it. I don't think it's going to change. But
Yeah, this
And hopefully he doesn't have to change his opinions on anything depending on who writes this check.
he doesn't really give too many of his own opinions.
Yeah, he
to
doesn't.
begin with.
He
That
doesn't.
aren't just
He
like
would change
that
it,
nigga's
though,
bad at
for-
basketball.
he would for sure.
And by change, I mean start spewing out shit. Because you're right. Shannon doesn't just go out his way
Yeah.
to be like, hey, I don't know about that, Ocho. You see that politics? Like, he doesn't even try to say politics. So it's, I guess, yeah.
See, that's why he's in a perfect position. The main thing that he talks about is sports.
Yeah.
And you're never gonna lose an endorsement, a sponsorship over that, as long as you sticking to the sports.
Yeah. Make sure that white man wins and shit.
Hell yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Shannon Sharpe though,
Big stuff, man.
he's the only he seemed like the only ready candidate that was black that could get it. Like, who are the other options
There are no other options.
that are in that air to like, okay, they might fuck around and get 100 million plus?
Nobody.
It's just Shannon Sharpe.
Yeah, that's it.
I wonder how Joe feel right now.
Joe doesn't have a network. It's still just the Joe Budden podcast. He's never built the network yet.
Or he tried to, right?
Yeah, but it's
A couple times.
It's not a network that he could flip like this.
Hasn't worked yet though.
Is Charlemagne? You think Charlemagne was like at the other end of the door, like, "Hi, you made it, nigga." Like Charlemagne the God, because he has
To
the
Shannon?
black effect. Yeah, to Shannon, because he got the black effect. He's already partnered with I don't think he's signing $100 million contracts, but he's partnering with bigger people. iHeart.
He's partnered with iHeart.
How much money is he getting for that?
Charlemagne?
Yeah,
Nigga, nobody knows.
Yeah, that shit is in a sealed vault
but
on a thin piece of paper.
I don't think it's that sealed, but I mean, I don't think we just don't know. There's never been an article that came out. It was like,
it's never been an
know what I'm
article.
saying?
But if Shannon has 3 official popping shows and 2 other ones that are kind of popping,
Yeah.
and the Black Effect has 10
none of
official
those
popping
are-
shows.
But they're just leasing all those shows. It's just leasing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's it. They're just leasing the rights to it for a time period to be under, but they don't own any of the shows under Black Effect.
I wonder what's that leasing term?
I feel like it's pretty. I feel like
15
it's
years.
pretty loose, honestly. I feel like the Black Effect. It's like you can be signed to them, and then if you just ask them to leave, they'll just kind of let you go. I really do feel like that.
You're not pigeonholing niggas.
Yeah, unless they might if you do some fuck shit, maybe. You know what I'm saying? But I just don't think. I think they can just go kind of.
With your glasses?
Yeah, my eyes are fucking feeling it.
I didn't notice that until you pointed it out.
It's crazy.
But yeah, I don't
Gambit.
think. I don't think they have no record label.
I think
shit where-
520 probably got is Shay probably leasing 520 from Jeff and them.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, not at all. I think he owns a piece of it. I don't think they. I think.
Is that
520
Googleable?
I think 520 IP is owned by Shay Productions.
Google
might be.
owns
It might be.
520 Podcasts. Let's see if AI knows this shit.
Ain't better.
They got an answer.
That's what we built it for.
The Club 520 Podcast is a co-production between Jeff Teague and 𝔓𝔬𝚃.
So yeah,
Co-production though.
right. So it might be. Yeah,
So it might be
he
at
owns
least,
a piece.
Yeah. Or
No, it's not a
owns
piece. It's 𝔓𝔦𝔑 Media and Jeff T went into business. So that means Jeff T owns it, but he went into business with
couldn't he have leased it to him?
Well,
Yeah,
no,
like,
it's a collaboration. It's a
Is it just-
co-production.
they're just
But
doing
is it
a
So
leasing?
they both own a piece of it.
They both own a piece of it. Yeah, I was about to say.
They both own
Yeah.
a piece. He didn't make it and then bring it over.
Exactly.
Well,
They
𝔓𝔑
made
Media.
it together.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It could have also been just a production thing though, too, right?
Yeah, 'cause it says
it's co-production. So
While
it's not like
𝔓𝔑
ownership,
Media
really.
is the production partner.
Yeah,
it
it's
didn't
just a
say
production-
ownership.
It's just like a production partnership, right?
Maybe that's his job in the
What
partnership.
are y'all asking?
It's saying that he's the production partner, but not necessarily our partner in ownership of the podcast.
I don't know. I just think it'd be obvious because I think if we saw Club Live 20 before, we never saw it before it went to Club 𝔓𝔑. It was just like
I think it was a thing
it was
before it was
before.
on Shannon
Was it?
Sharpe.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was
Yeah,
before.
for sure.
Yeah.
Google that shit.
I don't know. I can't say that confidently at all.
Yeah, nah. See,
Yeah, I think I think there might be even a moment if we go here to their shit.
Okay.
Where if we
with
go
the
to the older
acknowledged
stuff,
signing.
I feel like their older stuff doesn't have the volume on it. I don't remember, but
Episode.
yeah, like these early on episodes, 11 and all these shit. Like,
What year is this?
This is a year ago when they started. I don't think they were at
2
the
years
volume.
ago.
Or 2 years ago roughly.
Wait, did I just see Club?
Yeah, Club 520 weekly
Club 520.
episodes. It's just their YouTube channel. They're just doing that shit right now.
Club shit.
Yeah, nah. There was an entity before Shannon Sharpe for sure.
Yeah.
And the volume. And it's looking like they built it up to the point where Shannon was like, "Hey, nigga, y'all gotta join the club."
I think that's what it was. I'm not 100. I'm not 100 myself. But
I can't remember. I mean, I don't know.
You get
So
So it seemed like they leasing, or just co-production.
about to say.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine Jeff T giving up ownership.
I mean, I could imagine it. I just didn't. I
Jeff
just don't know what
Teague.
it is.
Too relevant nigga, man.
oh my God.
Yeah, right.
Too relevant nigga.
You never
That has
watched.
nothing
you never,
to do with
you
it.
never
He's an
watched him.
That has
NBA
nothing
player.
to do with
He's an
business.
NBA player, so that means
You've
his
never seen him
sports
hit a jump
IQ is
shot.
higher than the average athlete. Patreon. $5.
God. Yeah, I don't know. But I mean, shit. I'm excited to see. I mean, whatever happens, we're gonna see it when it gets here.
Black men get $100 million and AJ start to get tired. Let's move on to something
I'm
white.
not tired.
You just hate niggas. You're just the worst. I'm excited when
I don't know what else to say.
nigga got $100 million, man,
Be excited.
Loading.
on the way.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's
He
definitely
can
gonna
spend
happen.
that money now.
Yeah, I think it's definitely
that's-
gonna happen. It's just
has
when
to.
it happens.
That's where niggas fuck up.
What? Spending it now?
He can spend that money
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Spend it all
On the
on the
way.
black business, nigga.
That's how you manifest it, Lauren.
Yeah,
You gotta
shit.
act like you have it
Yeah.
It's a
already.
waste of
Yeah,
money.
it's a waste of money.
Nah.
That's
it's
crazy.
not.
Spending all on the black business?
The money you spend with them can go into their infrastructure to build up a better customer service for the categorically different effects on the LRR. Come on, man. Come
On
on.
their already bad customer service?
Yes. That's where you build infrastructure for black businesses to become better, nigga. Mm-hmm. That's what it's all about.
That's what Wallo's whole point was.
All right, we're just saying shit now. Let's get it. Anything else?
Shout out to 𝔓𝔑. Appreciate you for hustling. You know what I mean? You're going to inspire a lot of black children who support one of another because they like black businesses.
You can do it too.
Yep. Ow.
Rory and Maul podcast. Mecca, from my expert opinion, has been on like a little bit of a media run, but the biggest run location was Rory and Maul, where he was talking about the split. Not even the split, just the strange things that are happening with my expert opinion, the barbershop, Mav Hoffa, the electricity being out. He was the one that actually told them that electricity was out. He was first on scene and things of that nature. And what it comes to find out, what we come to find out is what we learned from him is that he's not giving us anything that Mav Hoffa hasn't saying. He's really just kind of
Clarity.
he's really
Confirming.
confirming everything that Mav Hoffa said, but then he also was just letting people know, like, I'm learning everything about this in real time, just like y'all. The only thing I knew about before was the electricity being out before y'all knew, because I went there and told him the power was out.
Yeah, that's the one scoop he had.
That was the
Everything
only,
else-
everything else he learned off those live streams that Mav was doing.
Damn.
Yeah.
Seeing the barbershop with the lights off. That shit is.
Yeah, so it was really kind of interesting. I mean, Mecca, he's a pretty solid nigga. It was funny because it was like there was literally zero mess in this explanation.
I was about to say
he was extremely like mature answer, and just like going through it like
nigga was polished.
Yeah, I'm watching with y'all niggas. Like I don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
I think he should fight. You know, he said some good things though. He was saying like he should fight for the shop, and he does think that even if they lost the shop, that it doesn't matter where they're at because their voices are them together is what it is. So
yeah,
I think he believes that there's no reason that they should have still stopped doing the show just because they lost the shop.
Yeah.
Because he's like, we just find a new place. That's it. You know what I mean? Like even if it's not a barbershop for now,
recording somebody's living room,
we just find a setup. You know what I mean? Like, and that's it because our voices together is what people want to hear. So let's still give him that. So I think he's a little like, I don't know why he would just stop and just run this. I mean, Math is literally a streamer. I mean, that's all he's doing now. It's just set up the camera. He's got that 1 million subs from the podcast, but he's just streaming now, and that's it. And he's just the podcast is second and third thought.
Yeah.
Was this his way of Xing them niggas out?
I think so.
Probably.
I think a little bit of that, honestly. I think a little bit of that to where shit was kind of falling apart. He didn't want to. He was just like, let me just do this. I'll just do this by myself. I don't have to worry about this no more. It is what it is. Just Adam 22 inspire me to tell everybody that I'm going through financial hardships. Fuck it.
Let me profit off this. This building is crumbling. I'm gonna use the footage as marketing, and then I'm just do my own thing in the parking lot.
Does Mecca have his own platform?
I don't know. Well, yeah, he does because look, they tagged it on this Rory Mall video. Shit. Go to his platform. What does he do? I wonder if he streams.
Yeah, does he do something? Because, I mean, I've always enjoyed hearing him talk about shit. I mean, I was never mad when he spoke. He always had a inquisitive...
level-headed approach.
Yeah, just an inquisitive frame of mind, you know?
Yeah, he's just chilling, talking to the camera, really. That's about it.
Damn.
These are 2 months
he
ago.
reminds me of... Mecca reminds me, when I was watching this on Rory Mall, he reminds me of Pat Jr. a little bit. Like the way he talks and shit. Like he reminds me of like a Pat Jr.
They both talk like they got gold fangs.
Often. So
You said what?
I don't really watch Mecca often or watch my expert opinion, so I don't really have a good take on listening to Mecca.
Mecca look like...
Me neither. That's what I'm talking about specifically. This Rory
This
Mall.
Rory Mall.
thing.
Oh, yeah,
that's
yeah,
it.
okay,
I don't know.
tough
I don't
one.
watch that. I don't watch my expert opinion. No.
He looked like a cool-ass science teacher or something. Some of these photos.
He looked like a science teacher or a Black History Studies teacher at A&T.
That I would support.
Oh, but Mecca. So one of the things that I thought was funny in this is Rory and Marc are conducting this interview, right? And they have probably the most top 2 most famous podcast breakup experiences.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
With Joe, like the Caller Daddy girls, Rory and Mal, Joe Budden. Those are probably top 2 podcast breakup.
Yeah.
In podcast history for sure. You know, they're in the top 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
So
the
it's
most
just,
renowned.
I just thought it was hilarious that like not Rory, Mal is still on this sweat equity thing. He needs to start a class that teaches all of us how to value sweat equity. Because that was always his thing with, and it was funny because like as they're talking, Mecca's like, no, bro, I don't own it. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yeah, but you like that sweat equity you put in there. And then Rory's like, yeah, man, I think his situation is a little bit different than ours. I'm like, bro, we don't have to keep bringing it back to this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but you worked hard.
Right. And I was like, I said, bro, Mecca just said like so politely, but straight to the point. No, I don't own that. Let that go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is, my nigga.
He even said in here, he was just
Yeah.
like, look, man, I've never been the type, I'm from Queens. You know, we don't worry about what you make and just pay me what I want. Pay me what I'm owed.
What I'm supposed to have.
Yeah, what I'm
I don't care
supposed to
about your
have.
money. Just make sure mine is right.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was some fly
And that
shit.
was just his main point. So as long as that happened, he didn't care what the fuck happened. If
gonna
Math
ask
was fucking other people, hey, shit, Math fucking other people, I'm getting mine.
But
Which
yeah, pretty
that
much.
mindset kind of...
But he also stressed
That's why
that.
that barbershop
But
lights were off.
But even though Mecca, like up there in New York, he's worked for the Source and stuff like that. I don't know his whole bio, but I've never heard anybody say that. Like Mecca is just a resource. It seems like for everybody. If you know him, he's a extremely helpful resource to anybody that he knows. So Math never helped him with, never asked him for any sort of advice on anything, is also what he kind of alluded to.
Yeah.
Or just like straight up said, because even with the barbershop, having a stipulation in the barbershop to where barbers have to be cutting, he's like, bro, I wasn't there when they signed the lease. I didn't even know that he signed a lease. He thought he owned the barbershop.
Yo, that was just being told a bunch of things.
Yeah, so he was like, they say this is Mav Barbershop. This is where we shoot the show. I show up to what I think is Mav's Barbershop, where we shoot the show, and then I found out with y'all that it was actually a sublease.
Yeah.
So he had no idea. He didn't know
He
nothing.
was manipulated as well.
Yeah, so Math wasn't going to him for advice, but it seems like it's a common thing that he is good at with advice. But I think this is one of the time. This is the main time stamp. This is his lesson. And then I want to skip to when when Maul was just like, yeah, but your sweat equity, yo. We can go ahead.
Work together. And as long as it's that, I learned late in my career on some Source magazine shit. I learned very late in my career, way later than I should have. You can't get but so attached to something that does not belong to you.
Facts.
Bad idea. And Rory, you may remember there was a time when I was just Mecca from the Source. That was my whole, I was in people's phones.
That was literally that was the full name.
Nobody knew my last name. Fuck that. Mecca from the Source for everybody, regardless of where I wrote, that's how hard I was with that brand. When I got offered other spots, I deaded it because I felt like you were insulting me. How dare you question my loyalty to what I'm doing? Fuck out my face. Think I'm a jump ship? Fuck I look like to you? I smack, you know what I'm saying? I got angry, like to the point where you think that of me? You think I would actually do some shit like that? Bro, when the Source started making wild moves and I'm in the back going, no, what the fuck? No, oh my God. And he did it anyway. It's not mine. It's not mine. It doesn't belong to me. It's not my say. It's not my call. For me to sit here and scream at the top of my lungs, get all upset and get an ulcer over somebody else's decision, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I mean, at the same time, you know, I think that there is some sort of communication that should be had so that you're not blindsided when you don't have to know the exact details of everything. But if you're saying you found out about shit when I found out about shit, that's a problem to me.
Me finding out ain't the issue. Him telling everybody is pretty much the cornerstone of the gripes, right? That's where all the smoke.
You mean him telling the public?
Right.
Okay.
Right. Could I stop him from doing that? He never asked me.
Right.
He never told me he was going to do that. Right. So he didn't tell any of it. I can't speak for any of us. I know he never told me. I found out he was online like everybody else. I'm getting my phones blowing up. Yo, you see your man? I got a lot of who we talking about? Yeah, Rory. Like I got a song. What do you mean?
Yeah.
No, Buster. Who? What motherfucker? Who? Nah, man. Okay, I'll go look. I went and looked. Oh shit. Well.
Right.
Oh, run that back. But what am I supposed to do about it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I get upset, get mad, get excited. It's his shop. It's his show.
Yeah, but you've also dedicated a lot of, you know, sweat equity to the brand.
That's worth whatever it's worth. And I did that.
It's a worth to it though.
I did that because of me.
Yeah, no, for sure. Absolutely. But I'm just saying, like, I just thought that there would be some type of communication between you and Math to where you would at least not be blindsided by some of the things you.
Rory got that look like this is no. Don't do the sweat equity point again.
Don't bring up accounting, no sweat equity.
I want Maul to start a sweat equity class so we can learn how to measure sweat equity.
Well, Maul has PTSD, and this is what it does.
I think that'd be great. You said what?
I said Maul and Rory they have PTSD, and this is what it does. It's like similar things that feel like what you've been through, just your body just reacts in a way. Loud doors sound like grenades. You feel me? So it's like this isn't even like the type of battleground situation that he was in, but like he's interpreting that way. Like, but Mecca is just like, nah, Mecca really has a real nigga standpoint.
Yeah,
like he has like a true like whatever idea you think of Queens in the 80s or 90s is.
Yeah,
that's what Mecca is.
Yeah,
it's like, yo, I don't own that shit. Just pay me my money. Oh, we done? Fuck it. I guess I got to go.
I came here before.
Do something else. I don't know. I got to go to
no
the
point in
source.
playing around here.
Yeah,
It's too
so
thorough.
nah, and that's Maul is just pushing. Maul is just pushing his fucking trauma on him.
Yeah, it's the same thing NBA podcasters do when they're talking about a current player. Like, all they end up talking about is their career,
Literally,
and how like they can see that in this.
exactly. How
Is that
they,
what they do?
yeah.
I just find it so fascinating anytime Maul talks about business, just because it's just like, damn, it just don't seem like he's learning any lessons over the years. If Rory just stops doing everything, man, this shit is dead.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
The reason
it's
he got
just
the laptop.
hearing him fight for certain points that, like, he should just be past this already.
Yeah, nah. It's completely different. And that's why you have to ask questions. And you got to be curious. Maul thought he knew the full story. Maybe he does. I don't know how long their relationship has been. But in terms of like where Math was when he wrote the name of My Expert Opinion, Mecca probably wasn't around. So it's like, and Mecca knowing that, Mecca being the real nigga he is, he's like, nigga, I wasn't even there during the conception. You feel me? Like,
Yeah, because
I don't have birth
he's
rights.
technically like generation 3
so
in terms of hosts and shit like that too.
so, and that's just, you know, so
Yeah, he came into an open business. It's not like he was there from the start.
it's not like he was chilling with Math at his house and like on Love and Hip Hop like Maul and Joe Budden, you know what I mean? It's completely two different thing. But nah, man. Rory and Maul, shout out to them. I'm glad they doing good and shit.
Is this how you respond in a podcast breakup? Just be respectful.
Who?
That's what
Mecca.
Mecca's saying.
Oh,
Just be level-headed. Because,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes people take this advantage, this opportunity as a time to jump on the other nigga and try to leverage their platform now.
Yeah.
There's
you're
more
saying
attention around it.
he's moving the way that you should move in a
He's
podcast.
moving
Yeah.
the way that most, like, thorough niggas should be. Like, hey,
Oh,
nigga,
yeah.
I ain't really have no ownership in this shit no way. Well, what I'm going to do?
Yeah.
Come on here and complain?
And he's not gonna like shit on Math. Cause I don't even know if he should, because out of everybody that got, you know, kind of bamboozled by Math's words, he wasn't really one of them. He kind of scathed away.
Well, a little bit, but he just didn't believe lies that Math told that like actually affected his life. Like, you not owning the barbershop is kind of crazy, but you know, I still own my home.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He doesn't own the show, so it's like, and that's more so, yeah, an integrity thing. Like, nigga, you don't own the barbershop.
Why'd you say it was
Who owns
yours?
this barbershop?
Yeah, Math is pretty terrible at just doing these things. He just can't get it together, man.
Yeah, nah, he doesn't. His manipulation isn't as polished as like as a Joe Budden.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, or Machiavelli.
Yeah,
Machiavelli.
Yeah,
Tupac.
Prince. Nah, the nigga who Tupac got his name from.
Oh, I don't know none of that shit.
Word.
You don't know about Machiavelli the Prince? He's a petty motherfucker.
Yeah, nah.
None.
You gotta read, nigga.
Yeah, you gotta read. You gotta be in a Tupac to know that shit.
Nah,
I'm not that into Tupac.
You don't even gotta be into Tupac. You just gotta be into like 48 Laws of Power.
Oh my god.
But you're in the Tupac.
In the Tupac. What does it mean to be in the Tupac? Like, you listen to the nigga music?
No, but you in the Tupac.
No.
You like Tupac.
Like, you
Come
know
on,
his
dog.
sign.
Yeah, and you into breast cancer.
Yeah, whatever. Nah.
You love Tupac.
Yeah, I do.
You're right.
So
I love him more than
What was that just now?
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. He loves Tupac.
I do. Shout out all my bald head niggas.
DJ Akademiks versus Marc Lamont Hill. So apparently DJ Akademiks is boycotting the Joe Budden podcast right now because of how much he hates Marc Lamont Hill. And thank you, chicks, for giving us the little history dig up lesson on this, because I didn't realize that the reason he doesn't like Marc Lamont Hill is pretty trivial, actually, compared to the shit that people have said about DJ Akademiks. Marc Lamont Hill really, it was kind of
He kept it tame.
it was very copy and paste. He didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Akademiks is trash. How can anybody support him?
Yeah.
I mean, there's no emotion or real opinion in that.
That's just another free billboard.
That
for
can go
academics.
towards anybody. I don't
Yeah.
like Trump. How can anybody support him? I don't like Obama. Like it's
You
just swap the name out, nigga. This is a pretty basic. I don't like this person. How can you support him?
Yeah.
And Akademiks,
especially a nigga like Marc, he's not supposed to like Akademiks. Everything Akademiks stands for is completely opposite.
That is another good point too.
It's completely opposite of what Marc is. He shits on black women. And I'm talking about Akademiks. You know, fucking not in shape. He can't lift 245. He can't lift 245.
I don't know.
He can't lift 245.
You saw that picture of his arms. It was like he likes fitness.
Yo, nah. Did you see that Patreon? Them niggas was lifting 245.
Yeah.
Nah.
He can't lift 245. Everything that Akademiks stand for, it's just the opposite. Akademiks
The only
ain't
thing
shit.
they agree on is journalism.
How do they agree on that?
And
Because they both agree that you should do it well.
The love of it,
yeah.
but not the take on it.
Oh yeah, you know they'll disagree, but
yeah, let's listen. Let's listen to Akademiks.
He was drunk though, right?
Violate this nigga. Holy shit. This is old too. This is old.
And never commented on that shit because I always thought that you was representing some other shit. But like you always trying to get me, if you thought I was a victim or nothing like that, 𝔓𝔦𝔑, I will spit in your face. I will slap the shit out of you. If you don't think that I'm keeping it real, come to Jersey. I'll send you an address. DM me tonight, tomorrow, the next week. I'll send you an address. Spit in your face and I'll slap the shit out of you. I spit in my hand and slap you in the face. You'll never ever deal with me like that. All that type of shit y'all going on for the internet, I ain't gonna lie, bro. There's gonna be trolls. But like you, I will violate completely. You will never deal with me like that. I will send you the address tonight, tomorrow night, any night. You will never play with me like that. You a bitch and a pussy.
And what did?
Yeah, hit pause because
what the
I
fuck
forgot
did
to
Marc
show
say?
I forgot to show the tweet. Let's show the tweet real
Yeah,
quick. This
the
is a
tweet, you
Chick's
gotta see the
video.
tweet.
No, it's there.
Oh, it's in here,
Yeah, this is what Marc said that elicited this response.
Akademiks is trash for a million reasons. Always has been. I don't understand how/why anybody is cool with him or supports what he does. And
That
this
was
is
it.
enough to smack a nigga with a spitty palm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Spit in his face, drop the location.
Yeah.
He's a bitch. He's a pussy.
Just for this?
And
I feel
now
like Akademiks' skin should be a little thicker. He hasn't heard worse.
Oh, that's
or
what I'm
does he
saying.
just respect 𝔓𝔦𝔑?
This is the craziest copy and paste. Like, this is the craziest like copy and paste. I don't like this person, and for him to like fly off the rail like that is wild. So this is Chiggs pulled up the old clip of this. That was the first time Akademiks spoke on him, and this is why it even came up about him boycotting the shit or whatever.
People make deals and they slow walk it because they really don't want to do it.
Right. Yo, Joe, man, I got a little beef with you, man. You revived this bum-ass nigga 𝔓𝔦𝔑, man. He was dead in the water. CNN wanted no parts of him. How did you revive this? I think that's why I ain't do the JBP in a long time. Because I can't go up there with this nigga there, bro. I can't fuck with this nigga. I really don't fuck with him, period. He got hater energy, bro. But he was dead in the water. Vlad was trying to hire him, and I told Vlad, I said, yo, we should just hire him and just send him on bullshit interviews and like never put him out. Like, bro, we gotta pay him like, $1,500 a week. Just like send him out and be like, yo, you're going to Tulsa, Oklahoma. You're gonna interview some rapper or something like that. We get the interview, nigga, we just laugh about it on FaceTime. Like, yo, Vlad, look at this. This shit goofy as hell. Never put it out and just clap. I'm gonna host your chat. This is how diabolical we were with it. We're gonna just hire it and send him on dummy missions. Yo, today you're going to Culiacan. We want you to go. We were never gonna put that shit out.
Here? This is what's really happening.
What's the underworkings?
Akademiks is not going back up to the JBP because he's afraid to stand on what the fuck he said.
Yep.
That's really what it is. You're terrified of 𝔓𝔦𝔑. You don't want to stand on it because what you said to that man, you have to stand on that.
Yep. He hasn't forgotten.
Nobody's forget. You don't forget what a nigga said. I'll spit on you. It's just I remember that, and you have to see me about that. We can have an adult conversation. 100%. You got to come see me though.
And you can't taking it
Akademiks
back
is
isn't
too
enough.
afraid to stand on his word. You can't. Well, a civilized nigga might take it back. I wouldn't take it back. I have to put my hands on you, but we can podcast afterwards.
But you're talking about a civilized
You
individual.
saying you wouldn't accept the take back?
No. I got to put my hands on you first. Then I'll accept the apology. Yeah, for sure. 100%. And Akademiks is afraid. He knows it has to be that. You either look straight pussy because you said a lot of things, and if you don't go up there with that same energy, even though it's changed now, you have to at least have a inkling of that energy. Maybe, you know what I'm saying?
You think Marc Lamont is that prideful?
I think Marc
Hell
Lamont.
yeah.
I think
Let that
Marc
shit go?
Lamont Hill is a man.
Marc Lamont is prideful than a motherfucker, dog.
Oh, no.
He's a nigga with a purpose. When you have and when your purpose is, is when one of your purpose is black, you know what I mean? Like you're just
old is he?
vigorous. Y'all remember when he was on
early 40?
43 or something?
Y'all remember that news program he did with Patrice O'Neal?
Yeah.
And like
Why do we
Patrice,
always bring that up when you...
because it's hilarious, and
we needed
it's
an
just a
excuse to
perfect.
bring up Patrice.
It's the perfect example
46.
of a lot of different things. Because Marc, he's a lot of different things, and one of those things is like just stubborn in his mindset of morality. Like he'll always take the good moral path, even if it's not necessarily right. You get what I'm saying? Like he'll always do look, this is the right thing, even though it's not like.
What's that got to do with a nigga saying I'll spit on you?
He's trying to say he's an idealist.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Idealists do seem to have bigger hearts. And that's what I'm saying. I feel like he can forgive that.
You think so?
Yeah. He's 46 years old. Nigga's a journalist. He doesn't strike me as the nigga that's rushing to like protect his own honor.
But I don't think he likes Akademiks. I think you're failing to remember that part too.
Enough to smack him though?
No, enough to not
That's what
forgive
we're,
him.
that's
to
what we're
not-
talking about.
I mean, he might not smack him, but he
You
definitely...
said you'll spit on me.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna fuck with him no more. I don't think he's gonna smack him, but I don't think he's.
Yeah,
gonna,
that's what I'm saying, Lord.
Yeah,
We agree,
I
brother.
don't think he's gonna smack him. I think he might.
AJ said
he
he
might
gonna have
punk
to
him.
see him.
I think he might punk him and bully him a little bit.
Marc Lamont?
Yeah, I think he'd do that.
I don't know. He doesn't strike me as like the.
Because I think he
I'm not
thinks-
saying he's soft, but he don't strike me as like a.
What do you do after a nigga has said those things about you, and then we're doing a podcast with him next week?
Well, it's not just that.
How do we
nigga.
start? Where do you go from there?
Next week, that's soon. I gotta make a decision.
2 years from now.
But
The
nah,
nigga that you said I'll spit on you.
my answer is
What do you
different than a 46-year-old journalist, man.
So put yourself in the shoes. What happens? Give me the rundown.
Tell
If
him,
I'm
nigga.
46,
The nigga arrives at
if I'm
the studio.
46, this Caribbean motherfucker talking shit about me, saying I'm not a
He's at the
journalist.
studio. I just got the call. He's out front. I'm about to go meet him. Bring him back to the studio. What next?
I'm gonna see what's on his mind. I'm gonna try to get into the
You ain't
man
answering
frame
shit.
that he was in when he made those comments, and
You
I'm
getting
gonna
into
be
it- you getting into
the
it
father that he needed growing up.
Now, what if this nigga is somebody?
I'm gonna
that you-
teach
know what,
that
everything
young
but
man
answer
a
the
lesson.
What happens? The fuck are you doing right now? Answer the question.
Answer the question,
just
nigga.
answered the question,
Yo,
dog.
ask me. I'll answer it, nigga.
You heard the question. Just answer it. Jesus.
All right, one more time.
No, I'm not
No,
repeating.
take
it.
it
No,
from the
seriously,
top.
one more
Take it
time.
from the
No, I'm not. Why would I do that?
Not
Y'all
for
heard
him,
me.
not for me.
Come on,
Y'all heard me. Stop. I'm not doing it.
come on,
You heard me.
man. They didn't. There's a whole audience here.
Okay, he's fucking around. I'm being honest. I need you to
Oh my
repeat the
God.
question, please.
Yo, he's saying that if you're Marc Lamont Hill, you gonna smack this nigga when you see him? You're a 46-year-old journalist, and you love protecting black women.
He's outside.
Are you gonna?
I just got the
No,
text.
he's not even outside. He pulling up to do an interview on your podcast. He gonna sit on this
That's what I
couch
just said.
beside me. You gonna smack him?
No.
No, slow down. He just texted me. He's outside. He's in the driveway. I'm about to go get him, bring him back to the studio. You see him. He's coming in. What next? Are we addressing it immediately? Are you like, roll the cameras? What you doing?
You, Marc Lamont, 46,
As he-
journalist.
But I can live 245. You're not saying that.
Yeah, and see, that gives you a little bit more leeway.
I'm not going to smack him, but I don't think it should be that black or white.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I like that question. I think there's a middle ground to where you walk up to him. Me personally.
Give me some sort of
Me
scenario. That's
personally,
all I'm asking
if
for.
I was Marc,
I think he's trying.
Me personally, I'm just going to be like, roll the cameras. Don't tell nobody.
Okay.
And I'm just going to, I might lick my own hand and tell him to just push my hand into my face.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. I'm just gonna fuck with him. It's fucking Akademiks.
And that's what I'm saying. That's my point. It's
And he's so
academics,
much
not even
younger.
just like anybody. I'm saying it's Akademiks. We gotta
That's
stick
true.
to that.
That's true.
We gotta stick to
That's
that.
true.
Akademiks is a nigga who talks a certain way and you know he's not about it. So there's certain things that you would do. Like that's why I say I think like Marc would like punk him. I don't think
We already know he's afraid of him.
Yeah, I don't
Akademiks
think
is
he'd do
already
any of that.
afraid of
But
Marc Lamont Hill.
for a nigga like Akademiks to go off the edge and on a rant like that about me as a person, I'm like, okay. First off, I know you're not like that, nigga.
I know
I
you're
know
terrified
that
to come
about
up here, number
right.
one.
I already
Yeah,
know that
yeah,
about
yeah.
you. So the fact that you made it here, I'll commend you. But I might
For
just
one.
start. I might just start talking to you funny because of that, and I might that might be my angle. I might be on some shit like.
The nigga that said he
you
was
bitch
gonna
ass.
smack me.
He's here. I can't wait. You know what I'm saying?
Like, him verbally.
AJ,
Yeah, it's just like
it's
that type of
not. It's not like he said he's gonna shoot him. Like
Right,
if he
it's
said
not
he
a
was
big
gonna
deal.
shoot him, then it's like, all right, you got to hit him first.
You don't.
Yeah.
And whether it's words
touch your
or
family.
yeah.
Yeah, well that's different.
But
yeah.
if a
I
nigga
haven't
say
heard a nigga use that in like a verbal. I'll touch your family.
Yeah. I'll smack your son, dog.
Right?
What you
What
gonna do
the
about
fuck?
it?
But I don't know, man. It's you can't
you don't
smack
have to
Akademiks,
you don't have
dog.
to hit him,
You
but-
don't win.
You just punk him. You don't hit him. Yeah, you just punk him.
And I don't even think I
Is
don't
he
even
old
think
enough
you,
to be his father?
you don't even punk him. For
do.
what?
You do.
I
But
don't
not
think
like,
you should fight niggas that you're old enough to be their dad.
No.
Google that. How old is Akademiks?
36.
36, 10 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
You're allowed
That's
to
old
fight
enough.
anybody that wants to fight.
That wants to fight. That's different. That wants to fight because if they in your face trying to fight you, you gotta defend
I
yourself.
don't give a fuck.
I said I'll spit on you, nigga. Akademiks, you scared, nigga. You pussy. You got to go up there now. Now that we've all heard what happened back then, got to go up there. You can't talk about, oh, nah, I don't want to go up there. Nah, you got to go up there, nigga. You said you'll spit on him.
He was actually trying to send me your address. Now you know where he at.
What the fuck? What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? You got to go up there, nigga. Hell nah. That's crazy.
It just didn't warrant that response.
It did not. It did not work.
And that's
It
another
didn't.
that's
It
another
did
reason
not.
Marc probably doesn't feel like fighting the nigga because
Yeah, he
based
shouldn't.
off what I said,
He shouldn't fight him.
that's how he reacted. Nigga, this is a waste of time.
Yeah, it is.
It's a, oh, yeah.
This is a complete waste of time.
Complete waste of time.
I think Marc should take the highest of roads.
Linear.
That's all he needs to do.
He just
I
goes
don't even
linear.
think he should punk him because that's low for him. Like he should just honestly, like, I don't know, forgive him.
That's what I'm saying. Be the father that he needed.
Forgive him.
That's true.
So ask him for a hug as soon as he comes in?
Yes.
Don't even ask him for offer him.
No.
Because the nigga needs one.
You don't offer. You give him one.
You
And
take
you
it.
see what he do. Because Akademiks, let's be honest, that might be the best thing. Because if he pushes you off, you're liable to smack him.
Yeah. Now
Because how you going to smack me
What
for
if,
trying
what if
to...
he says, oh, man, spits right on the side of his face?
Oh shit, that's different.
Then,
Then like your brain just goes,
yeah.
and then you wake up in a cell like,
Hot
oh,
saluki
shit.
right in the nigga ear.
You wake up in the cell like, what the fuck did I do?
You do what you did that, and you turn into a monster. Patreon.
You transform.
You change your cells.
Yeah.
But nah, man, if a nigga spit in your face, like you handle your business and shit.
Yeah.
But
I think Marc would just toy with him verbally. Like that's it. It would just be a
Yeah.
verbal altercation. Just
I
like,
don't think it's
he
gonna
would toy
be.
with him.
Now DJ Akademiks, he isn't a fool.
No, he isn't.
He is a.
Well, that's why he said
he is a joker.
He won't go up there no more.
Like you can catch the Joker slipping, but he's still maniacal than a motherfucker.
And he can't go up there on Marc Lamont Hill's not there all the time. They were talking about moving him up to main show, but he's not there. He's mainly Patreon. So there's plenty of episodes when it's just the cast and it's not Marc Lamont Hill. He can go up there, but now that I've heard that,
is he the?
Is that some messy shit on Joe Budden's part though? Like, would you invite a nigga on here that said he would smack him?
if Akademiks said I want to come up there when Marc is there, yeah, I'll invite you up here.
Yeah, but when they're up there, but if J Nobles wasn't here, the nigga that said he wanted to smack him, you wouldn't invite him to come sit on his couch.
Possibly, but I'll tell him this is pussy. This is pussy what you're doing right now.
And
by purposely coming up here
in context,
and
right?
trying to avoid this nigga that's also be up here.
In context,
Came
you're
tomorrow when you know he's gonna be here.
You're saying somebody, but this is DJ Akademiks. This is somebody. They have a past relationship and a past rapport and shit. You know what I mean?
I
It's
think
tricky.
both can happen.
And at the same,
it just lands on you as an interviewer to mention. So you said some crazy shit about one of my co-hosts. I'm also going to invite you on both days.
And we can't say somebody.
Sure, you can come up here on Wednesday, but they said some wild things. Marc will be here tomorrow if you want to work those issues out.
It's DJ Akademiks, dog. Like,
Then if he says no, I'm good. I'll be up there on Wednesday. We're going to talk about it on Wednesday.
yeah.
But Marc's not there. And now you have to either apologize, you have to figure it out. Now it's like a worse spot to be on.
Yeah.
Because now it's like, so remember when we booked this and I said, you never talked to Marc after you said you spit on him.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
Yeah.
What's your problem with my co-host? Great content right there.
DJ Akademiks probably isn't going to say anything to him. He's probably going to just talk to Joe behind Marc's back and just say whatever. And I'm only saying that because I think that's what I've been shown with our past situation with T-Rail.
What? T-Rail?
Like, yeah, with T-Rail. It's like he talked shit, but he didn't like come to me. He came to you, the Big Joe Budden of the network.
What?
I get what you're saying.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Is that right?
I don't know if it's right, but I mean, in terms of, well, AJ's still confused, so let's bring him in.
Yeah,
what are you
bring me
confused
in.
about? I'm saying that.
Where did the T-Rail and Joe Budden shit have
I'm
to
saying
do
that
with
DJ
anything?
Akademiks talk shit about Marc.
Yes.
All right, I'm Marc.
Yeah. in
DJ
this
Akademiks
analogy.
is never going to talk to Marc. He's just going to talk to Joe Budden about
Gotcha.
Marc. T-Rail did that same thing, talked about me. I guess I talked about him first, but that's neither here or there.
And then
but
double-
regardless,
yeah.
he talked to you. Now, I was like, where's T-Rail? Like, I'm trying to talk to him.
Right.
Thumbs up, just in case you want to take this out. I'm not sure.
I'm not taking,
But
you don't have to keep saying that.
Okay.
Nothing ever gets taken out like that.
Well, yeah, no, you don't take nothing now.
I don't take nothing.
Even if we
I don't know what.
asked.
Even
last
if
couple
he asked.
weeks,
Even
I've
if
been
we
like, I
asked
don't
him
know
to
how much.
do it.
But hey, you friends with niggas. I don't know. But regardless, when you had came back in from talking to T-Rail, I was
Yeah.
confused because I was like,
Nobody was here. I was by myself.
no, I'm saying, no, that's not what happened. We was inside. You were on the phone and you had came back inside.
Yeah, you
like
said, I just got off
the phone. And I was like, well, damn, like niggas was here. And I kind of wanted to at least see what was up. Not that I was angry, but it was like,
I don't remember that.
I
I
low-key
remember
wanted to
being
be
here by
like,
myself.
nigga, that was crazy. But come on, dog. Like, you
That
don't
was
know.
with Champ.
You don't know me.
Nah. That was with T-Rail.
That was with T-Rail,
That was
dog.
100% with T-Rail.
That was with T-Rail. That was with T-Rail. And I'm not saying, to answer your question, I'm going to get to that because I don't really know the answer yet. But that's what happened. And I think DJ Akademiks is going to take that same approach because he probably said something that he didn't necessarily care about or mean. Actually, no, I'll tell you that back. He wasn't even thinking.
Right.
He
It
was
was
drunk.
it was just reactionary, which what happens when you're human. You just become reactionary. And
He
you
didn't
know,
see his homie becoming a homie with this nigga.
exactly.
He didn't see that coming, and
I knew the T-Rail thing was a little different.
So he
too,
probably is not going to
because
know who to trust.
The T-Rail thing was different just because timeline-wise, we had the video. We go to LA. The video comes up. He calls in Apollo. Then we get back.
You get back.
You go on LOI and say, like, SMD. You tell him suck your dick.
Yeah.
And then that's when I called him.
AJ, I think that timeline is wrong.
It's actually 100% accurate. That's exactly what happened. Because that when I talked to him, he was like, I thought we was gonna be cool and shit was good. Then I look, the niggas get back home, they talk about suck my. I was like, what the fuck? I thought we were trying to make it better.
So,
That's literally-
okay. So even then, right? He thought we were going to be cool, but he didn't talk to me. He talked to you. So even if there was a problem and I'm around, like, and we could talk about it now.
Well, because when it suck my dick, it's up for you right now.
but it's up for him still. I see
It's
what you're
up for
saying.
him. Yeah. So I was talking to him as somebody that it wasn't. up
Okay,
with.
but hold on. So, and of course, in this hypothetical, my feelings don't fucking matter.
Yeah, because there's a reason.
Even though I don't give a fuck about what he said, but it's
Right,
still
right.
the principle. It's like you can talk to you, even though your words don't mean shit to me.
Right,
You get what I'm
right.
saying? And that's
Yeah.
just principle. Like,
Right, for
I'm
sure.
a man, you're a man, we're all men. Your
Individual
apology
men.
is nothing to me.
100%.
You apologize for somebody else that I did means nothing
It
to
didn't
me.
happen.
So
I agree
I'm
with that.
saying that, like, even if that was an issue,
Right.
he still could have came to me. But the fact that he didn't, it's kind of weird. But I mean, like I said, T-Rail, DJ Akademiks is probably going to take that same approach because there's no reason for him to even talk to Marc. What the fuck are they going to talk about? What good podcast can come from that? what type of conversations are they ever going to talk about or connect with on any level?
Kind of
Sports,
apologies.
Politics. I don't want to hear that
Probably
shit.
a lot, honestly, but I think
Yeah, a lot.
I think there has to be something more. It couldn't be just what Marc tweeted, because there's no way that if
Had to be some background
it has
shit.
to be something else, because
But it might not be.
Yeah, but if it's just that alone, then why would you like completely just ostracize, or you just really don't like him? Because he had an opportunity when he's talking about it now. He could have just came up and been like, "Yo, way back when I was saying some crazy shit about this nigga, I was drunk one night." He could have actually got up out of the situation if his first reintroduction to speaking about Marc was just, "I fucked up," or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? If he didn't have a problem with him, but clearly he has a problem.
DJ Akademiks isn't a put together man.
Yeah.
Like that sounds like a real like put together type of nigga.
That's not that put together. I mean, if that's all the tweet was, I think years later you can acknowledge that I wilded out over some stupid ass tweet.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
does
I don't
he
think
ever acknowledge him wilding out though?
Sometimes, but it's
Over
always
little
like
stupid, like frivolous shit. Yeah.
But that's frivolous as fuck, right?
Accountability doesn't seem to be a part of his brain.
Yeah,
not
bro.
really. No. It's
Yeah,
not like
so
it's not out in the
100.
open. But like I've watched it. He's like, man, I was wilding.
Yeah.
But that's as deep as it goes. though.
And it's not even
But
like,
that's
yo, I
enough.
was bugging. It's just more like what the fuck?
Yeah,
is
in
that?
passing. Yeah,
That's
that
why I
was
think
crazy.
it's got to
It's
be
not like
more.
I was a wrong.
Academics has never
gotta
been
be more.
accountable.
That was the level that I was talking about. Like that casual in convo. Oh man, I was
wilding.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
We
it.
kept
But even that's
It's no
enough.
atonement.
it wasn't a video of accountability.
Mm-hmm.
A 10-minute stretch or 5 minute. It wasn't none of that. I ain't never seen that before.
It's not a lot of
right,
academic
right.
apologies out there.
But that's enough to me. I think he could have done that.
I don't think there's any.
No,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
he could have done that.
Oh,
He coulda
academics apologies.
Yeah.
No, I don't
Have
think
they ever talked?
I don't think they've ever talked.
And that's
bro.
probably the reason.
Unless Marc says some shit in text message to somebody, that's how he was coming.
That's
He was
something
coming
different,
like,
bro.
He was coming like,
It's got to be something else.
yo, this nigga, look what this nigga texting about you. Like he's just saying,
yeah.
I can't believe. But did he hear some crazy shit where Marc was like,
No.
yo, like fuck that fat bitch, like I'll smack him or something like that.
We
gotta
keep trying to rationalize a nigga that's insane. Like
I'm not trying to
academics,
rationalize, yeah, but
like there is no rational. Like, oh damn, he said that. That justifies his reaction.
But even if
academics just be crashing out.
But even if we wanted to,
crasher.
even if we wanted to do our job for like 2 seconds, what was happening 2 years ago? Like when that tweet was tweeted, what was academics going through? Was it
probably said
turmoil
something.
with a bitch?
probably it was probably
Exactly.
some.
So
yeah, probably.
that state of mind is. It could be, tumultuous for a man.
What were we about to Google?
Tumultuous.
what bitch
your
did
Red Bull?
He
academics
likes that
violate
shit.
2 years ago?
Nah, I was just gonna look at the time frame on it, and for many reasons, I was just gonna try to see if there's like things underneath the tweet that can allude to why. What else was happening? Everyone being cool from
trash for a
17.
million
Okay,
reasons.
it's because of this thing.
Oh, it was this thing. That's right.
Yeah.
Play that.
And zoom in on that one.
Yeah,
That was when 18, and there's no difference between 18 and 21.
right. Yeah,
He was talking about Bad Bunny, I think.
And to keep it real, if you
Bad
think
Baby.
about it in the bigger scheme of things, there's not much difference between a 20 or a 17 or a 21 and a 17. Just kind of mean one's a minor and one's not a minor. But I will say, listen, I adopted this rule, which I think it was fine. I said, listen, man, as long as a chick got a college ID, she's getting f***ed. I don't care if she's 17. I don't care if she's 17 and a half. I don't care if she just turned 17. She's going to get this dick. And to keep it real,
You got to know.
Yo, he's speaking too candidly about this.
You got to know what you want in this world.
Yo, this is a wild nigga, man.
Yeah, he was talking like
crazy.
he was in Jamaica still.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So this is so
He was talking like he wasn't being recorded.
As long as she got a college ID, she getting. When he said, I don't even care if she just turned 17, is in the
17.
yeah,
and
nah,
a half.
that's wild.
That was
That's
the
wild.
craziest
That's
one.
Wow.
Fresh off 16, nigga?
Because even then, like, bruh, you are very impatient, my nigga.
Yeah, bro, that's
like,
crazy.
You
long
just
as-
be a creep and wait. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like, you don't have to be.
And even that's
You don't-
weird. Like, there's plenty of bitches 21 right now.
Yeah, it's
Shit.
weird, but at least you won't be registered. That's the marginal difference,
Right.
between waiting and just being an
You
animal.
want to get as close to legal as possible.
God damn, bro.
Yeah,
Nah,
it's nasty.
man.
But that's why he had tweeted that.
Yo, Marc was in.
He was 100% correct.
And even given that context, Marc still took it easy on him.
He did.
This is so
He did.
nice.
That's Marc's response to that shit? He could have went a lot crazy.
Let's play that again real quick.
I don't know. We might get demonetized.
Nigga, academics is sick, bro.
And to keep it real, if you think about it in the bigger scheme of things, there's not much difference between a 20 or a 17 or a 21 and a 17. Just kind of mean one's a minor and one's not a minor. But I will say, listen, I adopted this rule, which I think it was fine. I said, listen, man, as long as the chick got a college ID, she's getting f***ed. I don't care if she's 17. I don't care if she's 17 and a half. I don't care if she just turned 17. She's going to get this dick. And to keep it real, if you think about
if she can get higher education,
Academics, go up there and face your
she
fears,
can get
nigga.
academics.
Go up there to the JBP and face your fears. You dropping addresses. Just do it, man. Face your fears,
This nigga
my
said
nigga.
17 8. That's the weirdest part. Like when niggas make that type of
that distinction.
It's like, dude,
why are you even fighting for this?
12 months, nigga.
I feel like we've all met a dude early in college.
Like you would
that
definitely
was
cheat on your wife.
That was on.
You're not waiting
that
9
was
months.
on that wave of
no sex before marriage.
the 16, like the 4-year rule and shit
Yeah.
like that. I feel like everybody's met at least one nigga like
Shit
that.
crazy, man.
That shit is ridiculous,
It's like,
though.
well, you know, it's legal because it's 4 years. The laws. It's like, hey, you
Yeah.
look up laws to get some pussy. That means you need to go older.
And he said this while streaming in America, and that's why this is bad. Do this in your own country
In Jamaica,
where it's allowed.
Man, chill out.
I don't know if they're allowed.
Relax.
Well, I don't know. What is the age?
What's
of
y'all
consent
age
in
of
Jamaica?
consent?
I think it's still 18.
The age of consent is mainly 7,
Shout out
16,
to all
isn't it?
Caribbeans.
Well,
man.
consent
Well,
is
yeah.
different, I guess, but yeah.
Man,
I don't think it's. I don't think 16 is the average. They
busting in 16
It's
year
not?
olds down there.
nah, there's no way. This conversation wouldn't have been as creepy if the
normally
average was 16.
Yeah.
Damn, Jamaica.
16, man.
That's what it is here.
In,
Nah,
well,
it's
in
different in every
Oklahoma,
state.
motherfucker.
It's different in every state, but like the age of consent we're talking about, I'm like not what that is, but the age of consent, I believe.
Oh yeah,
right?
mark that.
Yeah, what?
Oh yeah, my fault.
That just hurts to hear.
Come on,
did.
Loren. Creeping everybody out with
Well, I
that
was trying
shit.
to separate the difference in what I'm talking about.
Man, don't you hate me? I feel you, Lauren. You can't be right no more.
Yeah, nah, not with this.
Oh
Yeah,
man!
nah.
All right, let's go over to. We're gonna stay over in the Joe Budden sphere. Let's do Joe Budden versus Raqi Thunda. They got on Twitter Spaces. We listened to it.
It was beautiful.
It was. It was. How do we sum this up? It was a beautiful disaster.
Shit was
I can't-
sad.
Nobody won. We need to start there. In this exchange, there were no winners. Everybody looked bad. Joe looked crazy. Raqi Thunda looked crazy. The peanut gallery looked crazy. There was 0 winners. The only winners right now, I guess, I feel like are in terms of content.
I think Rocky won.
I think Raqi looked the most sounded
Raqi
the
won.
most sane in that room.
Yeah.
Really?
100%.
I don't think so.
I think you should explain it first, like a little bit about what happened, just for context reasons.
I don't know what happened.
It was
I just know that they met, they clashed, and they had a lot of things where she said he was a bum. He said you was never that bitch. We never looked at you like you was that bitch.
I think-
Apparently, Joe was doing a lot of masturbating towards her.
I think
the
where
floor.
I think where she won was the fact that she took care of him when he was
So
a
I
bum.
believe there were plenty of
And
things.
this is the reaction
And
that
no-
she's getting from that.
And no matter what, like that's a real bitch move. You gotta respect real bitch activity. She took care of you while you was a bum, nigga,
And a drug
Shermed
addict.
out.
and a drug addict. And that's the
Dust.
thing. That's the thing with their relationship. Something's missing, and nobody's saying anything. Like there's something missing to
What is
where,
it?
like maybe Joe doesn't look as bad, or Raqi looks like a fucking heathen. But overall, I think Joe just.
What are they missing? Don't leave us hanging.
I don't know. I don't want to assume it's anything, but like a bad argument or like.
Oh, you're saying there's something that none of us.
There's a
listeners
story
know?
missing.
Oh yeah, for
that
sure.
they're both not saying.
Oh,
but
right,
like
right.
they allude to it with energy into like
That I agree
certain
with.
words.
That I agree.
That
You think
they'll
it's more
never
the
speak
sexual
on
attention?
public.
Because they both probably come out looking bad. in it.
Exactly.
I think
And
that
so
too.
it's one of those big like I got a nuke, you got a nuke, nigga. We can
We
all
both know we
die.
won't cross that line.
Exactly. And to even
Do you,
and
think
it maybe
do you think it's a bad? Okay, there was things that she said. There's things that he said. I believe both parties in this. I believe they both said hurtful things to each other, and I was like, okay, he probably would. He was a bum and a drug addict. I believe that.
Joe was trying to hurt her not to interrupt you, but Joe was trying to really hurt her with the homeless shit. And now that I think about it, I think that was kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
I think that was a little fucked up. There's so many different ways to hurt a hoe's feelings. Like, so many different ways. Especially when, like, look.
You thought he was trying to hurt her with the homeless thing, or the thing when he said you was never that bitch?
The never that bitch,
Both.
that's basic. That
was nasty.
That's a little jab. That's a light jab.
But that was a bulk of this argument.
Yeah.
Of who looked better. When did I start looking good?
But even
do I look better than your bitch?
Even she eventually pivoted and was like, nigga, you keep talking about my ass, nigga. I was living that life. I had brains.
And everything that she said was things that she didn't expose about him. You get what I'm saying? Like, everybody knew he was a bum or a drug addict for the most part. It's
Right.
like,
I believed all those stories.
Where you think those fucking bars was coming from?
Right. I believed
in
all
different
that
types
shit.
of form.
Yeah. Every time she said you were a bum that I took care of,
But when he said that, like, that was just a rumor up to it. That point where he said it.
What was?
Her being homeless. There was no like proof.
I thought it was interesting that she got real quiet.
Exactly.
I thought she had a response for everything but you're homeless right now.
My feelings got hurt for
And
her.
I said, is she? Because she had a response for everything but that one.
Yeah.
Where does she live?
I ain't gonna lie, I felt for a hoe right there.
Yeah, because her being homeless doesn't make anything that she said about this nigga wrong. It just kind of hurts her ego, so she can't argue no more.
She started giggling. It said, suck my dick. I said, damn.
Because from what it seems like a classic tale. Bitch held you down. You got up. You got sober-ish.
And then left her.
And
So y'all think
her.
y'all think Raqi won this?
Yeah.
And I'm saying this, but I still don't know if she's not a bum bitch. She could still be a bum bitch. Like, that's always on the table. She's from New York. It's a bunch of those. So it's
bum bitches. Leave comments in the
for sure
in the comment section.
And if you're from New York, tell me if I'm wrong.
Only if you're from New York.
If you're from New York, tell me if I'm wrong. But
I just don't like how it don't seem like there's anybody from Joe Budden's early inner circle or life that's stuck around. And they always leave in like a ballistic way. Like, it's never like niggas that are just solid in his life.
Ish and Ice
I
been
feel
there.
like that's a litmus test.
True.
Ish, Ice, Parks, Imani, all them niggas been there.
But now
Yeah,
he's
true.
paying them. Like, what friends is he
They were
have
there
that-
before.
They were there before,
Yeah, they were there.
But I'm saying he's paying them now. Like, it's just, I don't know. It just seems weird that when people seem to genuinely be with you when you was down bad, those are always the niggas that you kind of undermine. Those are the people you talk shit about. Those are the people you send in like little furries and shit. You get them on spaces and get them flustered.
I think we only have 2 examples of that.
Right.
I think that's too many.
Probably. But I mean,
What the
You know
fuck?
what I mean?
We see
That's
more
all it
friends
takes,
than
nigga.
we've seen more. We see him being around a higher number of like, I think 15, 20 year plus friendships
then we have seen.
than we've seen break
both,
apart.
I think both statements are true.
we got
to where
3.
it's
We got
like
Rory, Mal,
his-
Raqi.
Yeah.
Those are our top 3 right now.
I mean, how many friends you got fuck over?
Because we can't count any relationships because that's relationship type
those are
shit.
the- yeah.
So
I think both statements are true to where it's like Joe's attachment style to people is very destructive.
Oh yeah.
But
he's a drug addict.
We've also
he has drug addict tendencies, which their relationships with people are crazy.
He was a drug addict. He's not.
Yeah, he was a drug addict. But like anything that happened in that time period is to almost not be accounted for. And if I do account for it, I am accounting for the worst possible scenario.
Yeah.
Because the nigga was on drugs. So whatever the worst possible case that could have happened, I'm comfortable saying that probably happened.
Yeah.
Because the nigga was on drugs. You know what I'm saying? So, and if we were on drugs together, niggas who be on drugs, like relationship niggas who be like alcoholics together, they do equally fucked up shit to each other. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably those nukes that like
Him and Raqi got.
yeah, where it's like we both did drugs together, we did fuck shit together, but like let's just go through a couple of these.
I was about to say because we're just talking about
Let's
it,
go
but
to
people
3
don't know how
minutes.
serious.
Y'all have to hear it. This is embarrassing. So I think everybody lost because this sounds embarrassing. This was embarrassing as fuck.
Joe
on both
lost,
parties.
man.
This isn't. I don't think Joe lost.
Leave your opinions in the comment section.
I think this was embarrassing for these people to be having this type of argument
At this age.
in the public.
With these
That's number
words.
one.
Joe, what
I
was
think the
Joe's
context,
points really?
I think the context of the argument, some of the things were, my bitch I look better than your bitch. You never look better. Like it was ranking whose bitch looks better and when you actually got attractive. Like this is like middle school argument level now.
Yep. The shit that you be making us do with these bitches.
Then it was also let me see.
Bro, Joe's points, he didn't really have no points to return.
Yeah.
Like in terms
anytime
of
she
points,
made a good
Joe
one,
had a couple points that were not refuted. Nobody can refute the fact, okay, this is why Raqi is always going to lose from the objective standpoint. She's in Joe Budden spaces. I remember when Raqi first got to spaces, she made this like poetic ass tweet that says something like, when I came into the Joe Budden spaces, I came knowing I was going to get beat up on because everybody in this community hates me. But I was surprised to see like how embraced I was. Long story short, it was like she went there into a Joe Budden universe, which was Twitter spaces, to get to receive the hate that she got from his fan base. But in return, actually got like love and hate. But it was like, so you're already volunteer. Why don't you just go to your own spaces? Why are you going to spaces that you don't feel like you're welcome at? You're always going to lose in terms of that. You're always going to lose. If you're in a Joe Budden space, I'm coming to your community to talk about you, this person that I've had over 20-year animosity with, or whatever.
They were still cool though.
Yeah, so not 20 years, but however long we've fallen out.
Yeah.
But I'm coming to your spaces. Like I can't stand Loren, but I'm on all his fan bases and I'm making friends with his biggest fans. What is that? You're always gonna look fucking weird doing that. And I fuck with Raqi heavy, but you're always gonna look weird doing that.
Yes.
Always. I hate this person, so I'm gonna kick it in his spaces. With his biggest fans. That doesn't make sense.
Well, it actually does make sense because haters just misguided love.
Did they always
and
hate each other
admiration.
though, even after all this? Like when she was first in the spaces, was there hate there? Because I don't like I remember them not
nice. They played nice at first.
Yeah, I remember them not being like
played nice at
they're not
first.
like friends no more, but it seemed like they were, I guess, cordial. There was no hate or nothing for real. Like they've had conversations on there already where
They definitely have.
You know what I'm saying?
But there's still underlying thing.
So this was just-
a lot of
this
people
was
say
just boiling up.
sexual. A lot of people say sexual attention.
Yeah.
I don't think it's sexual attention. I think that she contributed to a guy that she loved when he was in his worst. And now that he's really successful, she's been written out of history. I do also think Joe did her dirty in more than one way. And it's a typical story. You know what I'm saying?
Joe does somebody dirty.
Not Joe does dirty. A girl loves
laugh.
you, it gives you a lot. You don't give a fuck, and you move on at some point. And that happens a lot in situations, like whether it be a famous situation or a regular nigga in your town. Like, there's a bitch that loves you, gave you everything.
This situation happens despite the drug usage and hopefully not being like a bum. Like those are the only two caveats. Like Joe was a drug user.
I don't know if there's any caveat. I think there's a girl that loved a nigga, whether it be friendship or past that,
That's a
and
big
gave him a
thing,
lot.
though.
The bitches love niggas every day. What the fuck? What do you mean that's a big
When
thing?
she was talking about it, she was like, "Nigga, you was strung out on my couch. I had to help you up and wipe your mouth.
That's just a drug addict story.
Yes, but that's...
There was a nigga with no job for 1 year. I paid all the bills. It's the same thing.
But the way she talks about it, like, if she didn't have that slight bit of conscience, he might not even have made it here.
Maybe not.
That's how she makes it seem. And Joe
doesn't give a
Joe
fuck.
doesn't treat her like that. Joe doesn't treat the bitch like she almost saved his life.
So?
And that's kind of fucked up if she almost saved your
and
life.
Joe
right?
doesn't even try to make it like...
I don't think so. I think they both done fuck shit together. I don't think that he should be expected to just like for the rest of his life be appreciative of her when they've done fuck shit to each other.
Yes, no.
Yeah, nah, but there's a difference between just
All
being
right,
appreciative.
we did do
going
each other
in on the
dirty,
bitch
but
on
there was that
Spaces.
time you gave me CPR. I'll always love you for that.
Yeah.
Maybe that,
Well,
but
that's some thorough
that's actually
shit.
that's
some
Yeah,
honorable
that's the
shit.
best example because
that's
that's
not the best. It's all right.
Because
I
it
think
kind
it saved my life.
Just
Yeah,
proves your
right,
point.
right,
They brought a nigga back from Lazarus.
Yeah,
like,
right.
God damn,
Nigga, you hit me with the Narcan.
You gonna be a dickhead
You know what I'm
to
saying?
that person?
But you said what?
So you gonna be a dickhead to that person?
Yeah, you might be a dickhead to that person.
And you're a dickhead for doing it.
Especially, look.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
So you're excusing treating people bad that once like loved you enough to like, you know,
that happens
look
every
out
day.
for you. And so we should just say fuck those people.
I don't know what everybody's situation is different. But that happens every day.
I just feel like Joe isn't.
That happens every day with people. Like you
Damn,
might
that's
have had
some grimy
you
shit,
might have
dog.
had a best friend for 5 or 10 years that like y'all were close best friends or whatever. It fell out and it was like I don't fuck with the nigga at all now. But yeah, we spent good times and bad.
Well, let's try to keep it on.
All
Let's try to keep it about what we're talking about.
That's fine.
Nobody fucks their friends over here. So
yeah, right.
Say it again, nigga. But overall, it's just like their relationship is just more. It's more history
Because it's drunk induced. That's why they just live two lifestyle. They just live 2 lifetimes compared to niggas not on drugs or alcohol.
I'm not saying he has to like kiss her feet all the time.
Yeah,
but to what you're saying about this happens all the time.
It
Yes,
does.
this happens all the time. And just like now, niggas don't be honest. Like niggas don't be like, it's fuck this bitch, but she held me down. It's still fuck this bitch though, for life.
What
But
if,
she
this
held
bitch
me
won't,
down.
what if this bitch won't go away? You keep popping up. You claim you hate me. You claim you despise me, but you keep popping up.
Like at my place of business?
Yeah, or just you're in my fan club spaces all the time just to talk about me. But then you say, I won't stop talking about you. But you have literally joined my fan space.
Yeah.
What are we talking about right now?
Raqi is a strange case. She talks to people.
That's why it's always going to look bad in her set.
It looks bad, but it doesn't excuse him looking like a bad friend or like a bad person in the situation.
It does excuse him if he's had the conversation with her behind the scenes.
I think they've had several conversations behind the scenes.
If you've had that, then it excuses him a little bit.
She talks to swamp creatures. So she's not, we're not painting her as a saint.
Right.
But in this, let's just play it.
And we're starting at 3 minutes?
Yeah.
Nobody wanted me like that because I didn't want them either. We didn't have that relationship. We had a family style friendship. So that's cool. But if we're going to act like every time I came out the bathroom, you wasn't sitting on the floor beating your dick and I had to walk past your nasty ass. Yeah. Let's not fucking play now. Because every time you...
That's crazy.
So that was crazy. It sounds like he did that a lot.
It sounds like he can't even deny it.
It sounded like, why did she keep doing it? Why was that just okay with her?
Nigga's a junkie.
He's a masturbator, that's for sure.
This also doesn't sound like a very clean house.
And you got to think about the lifestyle.
Joe's a masturbator. That nigga, she's got some wild stories. We just keep getting new little masturbation stories about him every couple months now.
Yeah, too many. It's like, come on,
they're
nigga,
racking.
this is-
It's got
That's strange.
Junkie. What drug? There's certain drugs to where like you can't nut and you just horny.
Why you say it like that?
Yeah, I don't know.
For real.
I'm not a drug
like,
addict. I don't know.
You sound like it was on one of them shits.
Right.
Nigga.
But
Glad you got that in, Loren.
she said, what did she say? She said, yeah.
Yeah. That wasn't what's a step under a nuke? Like that's just like a little hold that.
Yeah, you
nigga.
thought I would never tell nobody that,
Yeah.
huh? Yeah.
That nigga shut up after that. That is
Why
crazy
did she put
though,
up?
Joe.
Why did she put up with that though?
Because the nigga's a junkie and she was probably high too.
Right. So
what I'm
I just
saying.
feel like it's okay then.
Nah.
That feels okay to me.
I mean,
She said every time.
Time you walk out
And
the
we were
bathroom.
best friends for multiple years.
it depends. It depends.
AJ,
like,
stop being so dense.
This is like if I'm exaggerating and saying literally every time we hung out when I went to the bathroom, I came outside, I was on the floor jacking off. Let's say it was, she said every time, just say it was 35-40% of the time.
Yeah.
Over 2 years, that's a lot.
It's creepy.
It's a lot, bro.
That's a weird guy.
And you just kept, you said, fuck it, I'm gonna keep going to the bathroom around these niggas. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's not like she's not gonna
I'm not
stop
gonna-
pissing and shitting
I'm
because
not
this
gonna
nigga
blame her,
horny.
but it's like it clearly it doesn't feel that uncomfortable.
I don't know. Well, I mean, even if it isn't that uncomfortable, it's still some weird shit.
Yeah,
It's only weird now. It might have been cool back then.
I don't know. I feel
It's
like
weird hearing
we
it.
justifying bullshit right now.
Yeah, I don't know.
You sure you want to argue for the guy jerking off on the floor, dog?
Yeah, that's
I
When a
don't-
woman's
I'm-
coming out the bathroom?
I
nigga?
plan on keeping my arguments very even back and forth. I'm just saying. I think one, it's weird. Two, I think it sounded like it was happening a lot, and she didn't have a fucking problem with it. I think
I hear you, but I hear you, but victim blaming. I don't know if it works in this scenario because
let's
it's
move
like
to the next one.
What you gonna say? She said she was too nervous to say that she was uncomfortable.
She doesn't strike me as somebody that doesn't speak up.
I asked you, what would you say then?
What would I say?
Mm-hmm.
If she said she was too nervous
to say that she was uncomfortable about that shit,
I would say if that was a family style environment, she was too nervous to tell anybody.
Well, she loved the dude. That's my brother.
Let's run it.
Let's go to the next one. 5:15. Joe was a bum.
I don't know. I wish you talk about
them. When your ass went to jail, I bailed you out. You was never the type of nigga.
We don't care about that, girl.
No, of course you don't. You was a bum, Joe. You was a thorough fucking bum, and I was a friend to your bum ass.
And now it's over, bitch. It's over.
That's fine. So stop coming in rooms where I'm at addressing me.
You in a Joe Budden space.
Fuck.
You in a whole Joe Budden space. You
this ain't Joe Budden space. You
Pause.
dick.
That's a fact.
Two things were, I believe both things. You were a fucking bum.
Mm-hmm.
I believe all that shit. I bailed you out. I believe all of it. And then she had the nerve to say, but you keep coming to my spaces. And then when he snapped, everybody is right here.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just crazy.
Yeah.
That's why everybody lost.
Nah.
This is two L's.
Some people lost a little bit harder.
I don't think so.
Well,
I think they both look
it's
crazy. They both look insane.
If a grenade, all right, it's a small room, a grenade got dropped in it, but Joe lost a lot more limbs.
He was closer to the blast.
He was way closer. All the fragmentation just fucked him up.
How?
Because the final...
He was jerking off on the floor, dog. You lose, nigga.
Jerking off on the floor. Probably in the fetal position, too.
Yeah, with legs curled. Come on, Joe.
Joe Budden jerking off on the floor.
I just think it looks crazy for both of them. I don't think anybody ever wins when they go back and forth. I don't think nobody ever wins.
You talk about between them?
Yeah, and nobody ever wins. They always look crazy. They both look fucking wild to me.
If she's truly like just the vile motherfucker,
who gives a fuck what she
is,
did for this nigga back in the day?
If she's truly that vile, why
imagine every single one of your ex-girlfriends wanted you to put respect on what they did for you while y'all were in a relationship?
Well, it don't sound like ex-girlfriend. It sounds like ex-family.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it also
like ex-homegirl. Like
but she's moving with the energy of like, I took care of you, like on some ex-relationship shit.
And is that in the hypothetical you just asked too?
What?
Is that in the hypothetical you just asked, saying that if an ex-girlfriend came back and said she wanted credit for taking care of us,
right?
For keeping me alive when I was
keeping me alive when I was a fucking junkie. Like, I feel like that's a very big thing that we can't just escape over. Like,
we can't escape over.
We were both on drugs together.
Well, I don't know.
Well, it sounds like she was a little bit more sober than he was.
Like,
he's taken care of.
And was that the story?
They both did drugs together.
Okay. Then,
yes.
Confirmed.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Confirmed.
Well, then,
who gives a
that
fuck?
story
They were
makes
two
sense.
junkies taking care of each other. That's what junkies do.
Nah.
That's what homeless niggas date.
That's what friends do, AJ.
No, that's
and
what
some friends bond over drugs, but that doesn't make them not friends. You treat your people.
I never
right.
said they weren't friends. I don't even know what you're saying right now.
What was that?
Well, because you keep trying to make it seem like the relationship that they had isn't significant because they were junkies taking care of each other. I feel like that's still a situation where niggas can be friendly. I think niggas can still be genuine.
Junkie love,
like,
AJ.
I think it's not like it's undermined because they was fucked up.
No,
it's probably heightened.
That's not what. Nope, that's not what I was doing at all.
All right, explain what you're doing then, nigga.
I am saying that everything feels pretty fucking even because there were two junkies getting at each other. I don't know if Raqi was like a full-blown junkie. I just know she did drugs with him. But they were two people doing fuck shit to each other. So I can't weigh one over the other when it seems fucking even to me. It just seems so even.
I don't know. It sounds like one person was doing a lot more caretaking than the other one.
When is it not like that?
I don't know. In fucking healthy relationships. What you want me to say, nigga? I've never seen one.
Come on, man.
So when is it not like that? It's always like that.
That's
right?
my
Why would he stoop that low though? If she's really that vile of a creature, why would he like try to level with her? So even if everybody lost, he lost more. You know, not to bring up like, you know, the classic, you know, you fight a gay dude, you lose anyway, but it's almost to that stance. Like, even if you win, you still lose. So it's like, even if she is that bum bitch who just follows him around, you're still egging it on. Call the police.
You're feeding the animal, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Call the police, Joe. But he don't want to call the police. He want to keep talking to this bitch.
He love that girl.
He love this bitch.
What's the next timestamp? Get a Joe Budden space.
Now, we was listening to this.
Go to 6 minutes.
This shit was
or actually
funny.
just hit play.
What are you talking about?
Fucking room.
You in a Joe
This
Budden
ain't Joe's
fan face.
Why you mad?
What Fred
lame
got to
man?
do with this?
But Fred put up the sad emoji. I'm
You
with
lame.
Fred.
You
I'm
lame
off
as
this shit.
hell. You lame as hell. You lame as hell. Been beating your dick off to me. You lame as hell.
Raqi, enough, girl.
Ain't
You
no
just got
enough,
ass. You just got
But it's
halfway
neither
cute
here
when I
nor
stopped
there.
talking to you.
It's neither-
Nobody's looking
Half
at
my
you
bitches
like
don't even
that.
got a brain.
I
nigga. What
still
are
don't
you
really think
talking
you
about?
cute,
You
but
talking
I
about
understand
ass,
that
nigga?
these do.
You talking about ass?
So you was talking to her.
These bitches ain't had shit. They ain't even have a pot to piss, and half your bitches didn't even have a house. They
Yo,
were
we gave a
homeless.
round of
Boy, what are you
applause
talking
when
about?
you came. You
What are
rushed to us
talking
when you
about?
got
All this
some
shit
ass.
keep on
You was
going
so
down
happy.
ass.
And we was
didn't
happy
even have
for
a
you.
fucking pot to piss in,
And
mother.
nobody tried
These
to
bitches
pop
didn't
your
have
ass.
clothes. They didn't have a place to go. You talking about ass, nigga? I was the most put together bitch you ever been around in your mother.
Raqi,
Real
you
bitch ain't
homeless
start popping around
now.
your ass until you got a dollar in your
You are
pocket, pussy
homeless
boy.
right now. Shut the fuck up with this. Enough. Enough with this now.
Ah, suck my dick, Joe.
God damn
Suck
it.
my
Why didn't she have a response
dick.
to that? Hit pause.
Stop coming in here, because
Why didn't she have a response to that?
Because she's homeless. Maybe.
Allegedly.
The possibility feels high right now.
And look, that's great.
She did have a response. She said,
And look, and the funny thing is, if he was as good as her, he would be taking care of her. Because that's what she did for him. But he's
She
not.
was down bad.
But he's not. And she's not even on drugs, visibly, at least. You know what I'm saying?
They're not fucking with each other no more. Why would he take care of her? They were fucking with each other when she was taking care of him. Like they were friends.
So I want to see you survive.
Because that's some real nigga shit.
Yeah.
Base level.
I hear a bunch of shit y'all niggas wouldn't do.
Nah, it's just you wouldn't do it.
No.
So you would?
Nah, you wouldn't do
I'm
it.
asking you right now.
Yeah, I'll probably take care of my people.
Probably, or
I'll
you,
take care of
you
my
would do
people.
it.
If we're
Yes or
still
no?
cool, I'll take care of my people.
You're not cool though. That's the whole point. They're not cool right now.
What do you mean not cool? Why are we not cool?
Fucking God.
Yeah, you gave me a hypothetical. You want me to inherit Joe Budden situation, or you gonna paint the picture?
they're not
nigga?
cool. The same way Raqi and Joe are not cool right now. They're not cool.
I
Y'all-
wouldn't buy her
when y'all
home.
talk on spaces, y'all yell at each
I
other.
wouldn't buy her home, but I wouldn't treat her like a bum bitch, and I definitely wouldn't dox that information. Nah.
What would you do?
I
When they're
just
on
told
your-
you what I would do. I said I wouldn't buy her home, but I also wouldn't make her feel like a bum bitch for no reason on spaces.
But they're going at it on spaces.
And I wouldn't go at it with her. I wouldn't be in this space.
What if they're going at you?
What do you mean? What if they're going at me?
They're on
I would leave
spaces
it
and
alone.
constantly talking about you.
I would
Just
leave
let
it
them
alone.
live.
Yeah.
But you still like throw them a little check, throw them a little cash app.
Yeah, nobody said that. He said he'd buy her home.
I didn't say that.
No, you brought that point.
Who?
You.
I ain't brought him. I bring her up home.
He didn't bring up any point so far about
Yeah,
this.
he said that Joe Budden would treat her like she did when she was in need. When
Well,
he was in need.
Not buy her home, but you know,
You
just,
shit at
just take, you know, make sure bitch straight.
What's that mean?
So ask him.
Make sure
so
bitch straight.
now ask him.
Make sure bitch straight. You're asking me what I would do if I was Joe, or you're asking me
What you would do in this situation? Somebody you don't fuck with no more. You're at the same hate level that Joe and Raqi have for each other now. They're talking shit about you, but they're down bad right now. They're homeless.
I
What
let
you
her
gonna do?
live.
You're not gonna cash out her?
I let her live.
But you said you was gonna help him out.
No, he said that.
You said that
He
too.
said that. Play
said
the
that
tape back.
You play the tape. You said you buy a bitch home. Look, I would. First of all, I would appreciate the fact that I was used to be on drugs.
And I'm in a better position.
And I'm
now?
in a better position. That would be the first step. I wouldn't.
You would thank God.
I might go back and forth with her just because, you know, I own a network. It's like I gotta work. So I might go back and forth with her, but I'm not gonna. He got personal.
He took it there.
She said I was beating my meat while I'm sitting on the floor. What if that was a thing that we had?
First of all, everybody, look,
She said after she said that.
If you're an adult,
yeah. That was still the funniest part.
If you're an adult,
you was sitting on the floor being meat. Yeah. I said,
if you're an
he
adult
was doing that
and
shit.
you've lived, if you're an adult and you've talked to like a couple thousand people, you can just look at Joe and know he's a creep. Like base level, it doesn't matter what, you don't know what he's into, but he's a creep. And you know him sleepwalking, beating his dick naked. That's, I don't know if he was beating his meat naked, but
nah, he wasn't. He beat that case.
On the floor.
Did you mean for the pun?
Oh, that was good. No,
it
it
went
didn't.
over his head.
It didn't.
But
good though.
Yes. So basically, I wouldn't take it as personal. I wouldn't say the bitch is homeless.
There's no point.
I might play into it.
Why was that so bad? That felt light to me.
Because
not if somebody, that's not light. Especially if you try to portray yourself a certain way to people who don't know you.
Wait, what's light?
Which is, you're saying that's what Raqi's doing?
Yeah. And you're
Why is she doing that?
And
because that's what a lot of people do in their come up. That's a general come up story. People fake it till they make it all the time.
But then you get put in these positions.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're in this position and somebody I once helped them out their worst situation, they
We not
don't want
cool
that,
right
they don't
now.
want to out me. Yeah, but that's still a little bit of a grimy move. I can agree with that sentiment. That's all
Especially
I'm
for
saying.
a person that took care of you.
I can agree with the sentiment. That's all
That
I'm
might
trying to
have
say.
saved your fucking life.
I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I just agree with the sentiment. I understand how somebody could think that's fucked up.
Yeah, it's
I
fucked
feel
up.
like Joe, I don't know, man. He just didn't have to say like
that was
she
a
was home.
violation.
He could have said anything else, like, bitch, I was beating my dick because you was naked. You know what I mean? Like he could have said anything. Like, I wasn't just beating my dick for nothing. Like you were just standing there naked. Like he could have tried to something. He could have tried something, but hey man, he took it personal.
Take it personal.
And when you're high off
She
of
did
whatever
say some wild shit
drug,
too, though. She said some wild shit. That's wild.
This
That's
feels so
exposing that
evil.
information. That's wild.
Right.
That's wild information.
she used to,
The gloves were off already.
wait, how?
That's wild information.
He used
Light
to
work.
he used to help himself to her. How was that bad?
That's something you don't want. I got a girl now too and all this extra shit. I don't want to have these
I don't think
conversations.
Loren
I don't
just
think
exposed
anything-
himself. He
I don't
helps
think-
himself. What
I don't
about
think
you,
anything-
AJ?
Wait, what?
What? What are you
Hugs
talking
himself?
about?
What?
Helps himself. Then is that what you just said?
No, he did not say that.
No. I'm speaking from Joe Budden's perspective. I was like, he got a lady at home and all this extra shit too. Like, I don't even want to have these conversations. And now I got to have this conversation with her at home too.
Well, I give it to Sade, I think her name is.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything that could be said about him.
That would fuck it up. Yeah.
She's solid.
Yeah, she seems solid.
Yeah, I
She seems
mean,
solid.
yeah, this is some wild shit just over the last like couple months that I've heard about him and his, I guess, sexual deviance. It's a lot to like
Yeah.
just know. The sleepwalking thing. Then it was the pod wife thing.
Yeah.
She's the one that said that information.
Yeah.
So and then now this. It's like 3 in like 3 months. It's just 6 months. It's a lot.
Yeah, nah.
3 might be right.
Joe's a
They've been
little
coming back to back. Pause.
Joe's he's a little freaky acorn head nigga. I wouldn't say I said creep earlier.
Cornhead nigga.
I said creep earlier. I want to like change that because it's not creep. It's just a little freaky, just a freaky deaky nigga.
Gooner.
Maybe.
Gooner, maybe.
Yes, Gooner. Because I was watching
40
Pod
definitely
Wives.
Gooners.
I was watching Pod Wives, and him and his wife was like, "Oh yeah, nah, we buy our corn. Yeah, no, yeah, we have
Yeah,
standards.
definitely a gooner for sure.
Yeah.
Damn, I don't think I've ever paid for it.
But nah, man, you're right. They both lost, but Joe lost half his torso. You know what I'm saying? In this blast, this radioactive nuke that they both just dropped.
Who y'all think looks better, Raqi Thunda or Sade?
Sade.
In terms of everything, presence, looks, conversation.
We'll just go face. I'm with you. With you.
Pull her up.
Yeah, pull her up real quick. Raqi doesn't look bad.
I didn't ask that.
Raqi doesn't look bad.
I don't know if it's gonna have.
Why did the singer Sade pop up?
I'm on YouTube.
No, you're supposed to put Raqi Thunda and Sade on YouTube on Google.
It's A, ain't it?
RAQI. Yeah.
It's Thunder though, ain't it?
Thunda.
Yeah, it's with an A on the end.
Back when niggas was spelling shit bad.
Yeah.
I feel like Joe would only upgrade. So if Raqi is okay,
It's always gonna bring up the other Sade, I think.
I mean, just
Damn, where the fuck is she at?
Just do Joe Budden's girlfriend Sade.
That's what I was trying to do at first.
Yeah, we'll just.
I can't really see from that picture.
You can't hold a candle to my bitch. That's what he said.
Are we just talking about face?
Yeah, so I said that.
Okay, just face, then she got it, but
yeah.
I don't
know. That's what we're leaving it at.
Yeah. Sorry, Joe. Click on the one with her buttocks.
What?
Her buttocks. Where's like a better photo?
Oh, you want me to scroll?
Do the one with the suit right there on the top.
Is that edited?
This was like a regular picture.
Nigga, mind-boggling.
God,
yeah, she's better. And Joe's a freak.
Yeah,
and that's
if you like
that's just
proportions
clear.
like this, you a freak.
And I will say, Joe, I never see. Is this bimbo material?
Proportions?
It's bimbo material.
Proportions for sure.
With all the respect in the world to Joe and his girl.
Yes.
Yes.
With all respect.
100%.
You know what I mean? Because there's a difference between like wanting to fuck, like, you know what I'm saying, your homie girl, and trying to. Like, I don't even want to. We're just talking about it. You get what I'm saying? So we haven't even reached that level of like.
We were not talking about that at all.
But I'm saying,
but
like,
it is important to understand the distinction because when you're talking about the attractiveness of the homie partner, it's the territory that you're diving.
You have to know.
Like you're kind of telling me you a fucker.
Well, that's why I just said face.
Well, yeah. When nobody's disagreeing, I'm just saying like podcasting for like the fun people that like to watch.
Right.
But yeah, nah. I would say his new woman, and God bless him.
Yeah.
You're only supposed to go up in this world,
He
nigga.
said, you can't hold a candle to my bitch.
Yeah, nah.
Yo, they were arguing about the stupidest shit, man. Holy fuck. They both lost. But boy, was it entertaining. That shit was funny.
Shout out to Joe.
Shout out to Raqi, man. Let it go.
Her breasts are big as shit.
Y'all want to hear Joe admitting to be a bum one time? We got to keep it fair. 14 minutes.
Yes, that might be important. Oh, you talking about that one? That shit was funny.
Yeah, that shit I can't even remember if it was about being a bum, but it was just funny as fuck.
Dreams now.
Yeah, like your fat ass on the court.
The window closed. It's okay.
Ain't no fucking window. What the fuck are you talking about, bitch?
Everybody can't go.
Nigga, you ain't been to half the places I've been. What are you talking? You just got
Everybody
here.
won't be there with you when you.
Nigga, you worked your life on to get into half of the rooms I've been into. You just started going to fucking basketball games. You just started getting on fucking flights. What are you talking about? Nigga, you just started buying your first fucking packs of underwears, you bum. What are you talking about? The last 10 years, you spent your life gossiping about other niggas, sucking Drake's dick. I've been traveling the world, fuck boy. What are you talking about? You got me fucked up.
That's true.
Oh shit.
You like that, right?
Yeah, you like that, right?
Hey, that's true.
Ah, man. That was
so
funny.
good.
That was a nice little run right there, though.
That's good.
Everybody lost, but I enjoyed every moment of it. I'm not going to lie. It really did.
Man.
Let's go over to this Rap Radar. Oh. Joe Budden destroyed Rap Radar. B-Dot was on the JBP episode. Joja Uno? Uno? I
Yeah.
don't fucking know. Whatever. But he was on there and he was talking about like why Rap Radar isn't what it is. Yeah. Why their episodes aren't coming out. Come to find out Elliott Wilson did some snake stuff. And pretty much backdoored their deal. Yeah. But B-Dot was really blaming Joe from the episode that they did and said that he put too big of a battery in his back. And now he was like, after that, that's when he started doing this whole alter ego of being the villain and all this other shit. And it was
yeah.
I thought it was interesting that he blamed him. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
Because I can't just because I had like, let's listen to shit.
He probably knew what nobody else did because like he was right next to Elliott, is that like
He saw the switch go off.
Yeah.
Yeah, go to 822 in this video. This is a Poetik Flakko video. I'll link it in the description.
Nobody really knew how deranged Elliott was for real.
I think that's really what it was.
It was
typing.
It was
before.
a tight-knit secret that only a couple people knew. And the fact that you had Joe Budden.
We could put this on the screen because it's still.
The fact that you had Joe Budden, of all people, like, influence you, like, oh, that kind of says something.
Joe called he called that nigga later and checked that nigga. He's like, bro, I don't know. You did the dumbest shit in the world.
Yeah.
Like, he called him on the show too. So
But
it wasn't just a conversation without him present. They called him as well.
But did you say they were never friends and shit? Because that's another big thing.
That's what 𝙿𝙾𝚃 said. 𝙿𝙾𝚃 said that they were never friends. If we go to that Twitter clip, the one that you had put in there, I think that was where he really kind of like.
We go there first, or you want to do this first?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it just
could just be said.
Yeah,
he was basically just saying, like, you know, our relationship was literally a work relationship. He even said verbatim, like, yo, Elliott, like, let's go out and have some beers. That would never happen.
No,
like,
he said we wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I'm saying, like.
He said Budweiser's. I never heard somebody say
Go get some
Budweiser.
Budweisers.
I was like, man.
Maybe that's why he said no. It was too specific of a request. Nigga.
Let's go out and drink Budweisers. I don't think niggas that go out and drink beer say that either.
When we saw Elliott like drunk or tipsy, he looked like an old fashioned nigga.
Yeah, Phillies and 𝙿𝙻𝙰𝚃.
Definitely Philly blunts for sure.
But
we've seen Elliott drunk way too many times. He might be an alcoholic for real.
They were never.
That's what
friends.
they keep saying about the nigga.
Yeah, I think he's an alcoholic.
𝙿𝙾 don't seem like the type of nigga to hang around with a nigga like that. Just
No,
want to
yeah.
get drunk and shit all day, every day, talk about nothing. And so that's all 𝙿𝙾 was saying in that little clip. But yeah,
Elliott's a junkie too, alcohol junkie. Okay, let's listen.
Because of you, Joe Budden.
Oh yeah. No, now we here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we here now, nigga.
You are Yoko Ono.
Oh.
Joko Ono.
Joko Ono.
Joko Ono. That's funny. I got to hear more.
And I say that because when we had you on the show, 2023, I feel like you antagonized and you gassed him into leading into this antagonistic persona that we see right now that's kind of becoming a little bit unrecognizable. And I feel like I saw the effects of that shortly after because Elliott slighted Drake, he slighted SZA, who else was it? It was like Nicki Minaj. I was recently
It was
Sway, Angie Martinez, and I'm like,
Yeah,
yo,
it was a lot.
what the hell is going on? And I feel like your influence encouraged him to lean into this.
The villain.
Yeah,
You inspired the rebrand.
So
I remember that moment specifically, and I actually had to go back to find a clip for y'all. The moment that he's referring to is when Joe Budden.
this nigga lying. He didn't have to go back. That shit popped up on my timeline too.
What?
That video we talking about. I'm just fucking with Flakko.
Oh yeah. Yo, when that video came up, I was like, yeah, it was crazy because Elliott heard what Joe was saying and just about Joe's pretty much just saying, nigga, y'all have to just do your own thing.
That's all he was saying.
And he really internalized that and said, oh, I'm the star. I'm the Beyonce of this?
Yeah.
I gotta do me?
Yeah.
Fuck this nigga 𝙿𝙾𝚃, essentially.
But at the same time, I mean, for anybody to misconstrue what he was saying, it should be Elliott. Elliott, he's not like the most business savvy nigga. Like he has no idea. He was.
You think he misunderstood what Joe Budden was trying to tell him?
Yeah,
100%. Yeah, because we could play what he was. We could play exactly what Joe said, and it was not what we've seen Elliott's behavior be over the last year.
And even with, I don't know, like being
Elliott
a
sounded
journalist, isn't that like a lonely game?
I don't know.
What do you mean lonely game? It's
Isn't
like,
that like
you can't have a partner?
Yeah, there's no like partner in
no.
crimes with journalists and shit.
There's plenty of partner in crimes and journalism.
Yeah, they trade information.
You never broke a story with your homie?
You broke a story with the partner and
With
shit.
the homie, nigga.
It's
If you
just
go
a
to-
front end.
If you go to 1029 on the YouTube, on the Flakko video, it'll go to what Joe actually said to him.
Side of 𝙿𝙾𝚃.
What? Well, y'all are bigger than Rap Radar. Okay. That's what the problem is.
Personnel, us?
Individually.
Got you.
Elliott Wilson and 𝙿𝙾𝚃 are bigger than Rap Radar.
So we got to rebrand ourselves. The Elliott Wilson and B-Dot podcast.
I just told y'all 20 minutes ago, I just see the value in people and things. I believe this. I'm not saying that because y'all sitting here. But nobody is going to put Rap Radar.
Easy. Not too much on Rosenberg. Easy. Not too much on Rosenberg.
No comment. But no one's going to put Rap Radar in the same breath as.
Oh, okay. I hear what you're saying.
Joe Budden, Gilly, Rory, and whoever else they name when they're glad.
So do you think this is the age? So do you think this is the age of kind of self-branding in a sense, like that these are the brands, the individuals are the brands more so than
well, yeah, I've been thought that, but not to say that you can't get by as an entity or with an entity, but in this space, the people that love us and y'all, they don't love.
Or they're not connecting to that part the same way.
Yeah, that's a clean way to say that.
Got you.
I have no reason to believe that Joe Budden would give this advice with malicious intent. So I would just put it out there. I think Joe Budden gave this advice because he believes.
Yeah, I agree with what Flakko was about to say. And if you didn't watch this video, you could probably already tell. But yeah, Elliott just misconstrued what he was saying.
Yeah.
He wanted to hear something else, maybe. I think Flakko was even alluding to him having something already set up, like
that was confirmed.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
that's confirmed. The deal was set. B-Dot was ready to sign. Elliott wouldn't sign.
Yeah,
and then
longer negotiations.
Yeah, so long that the people said, "Well, I don't know if you were going to sign, but we're not doing it now. Like, what the fuck took you niggas so long? We agreed to everything already."
Yeah,
and then Elliott picked up, moved to LA. Started a podcast under the Rigged or Network or whatever the fuck it is, Ringer.
Yeah.
With
DJ
Head and the other dude, Jason. Is it Jason or Jeremy? Jeremy something.
Jeremy Hecht.
And I don't know how true it is, but somebody in the comments under this video said that Elliott was already living in LA and that he had been moved out of New York for years. Or something
really?
to that effect. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if it's true. It's a nigga in the comments, but
you're right. Yeah, yeah. Because it'd be cold if he like moved and just didn't say nothing, and then niggas just find out, oh, you don't even live. You don't live in New York no more.
You got a whole new job.
Yeah. Flakko said some wild shit in this video too. Hit play. It was at 12:10. I just thought it was hilarious. Flakko was just good at sneaking these bullshit moments in.
It was the best advice for them. However, if we were thinking from a more sinister viewpoint, this right here is the perfect divide and conquer. This right here is the perfect way to get rid of what one would say is competition. Get rid of, at the moment, a brand that was considered, I don't know, the most prestigious hip-hop platform that we had yet. To get rid of it, and now who's the numero uno? No Jumper, and possibly Joe Budden is a close second. That's the go-to hip-hop platform.
Hey, everybody needs a nigga. Everybody needs a Flakko on their team. That was batshit crazy.
That was beautiful.
That was batshit
like
crazy.
on all regards, like the fact, like who thought that Rap Radar was rivaling Joe Budden's podcast?
That was
crazy.
crazy.
No Jumper, that was a stretch.
No Jumper. He said Joe Budden is a close second.
Yeah, he maybe might be a close second.
We're on our way there.
Complete insanity, my nigga.
Nah.
But you gotta. Everybody needs a nigga like Flakko on their team.
If Elliott and B-Dot, let's say in an alternate universe, in the multiverse,
okay,
where they took Joe Budden's advice for the real thing, for what he was trying to say, is it? What would it turn into? Would it turn into like the sober drink champs? Like
it would still be the same show that it is now.
It'd just be called something different.
You think so? It would be the same, John?
It would still be Rap Radar. I think Elliott owns the name to Rap Radar, so it would still be that. I think what all he was saying was, nigga, do it yourself. Get a production team, put the shit together, hit the people up. Stop looking for somebody to pay you to do the podcast. Do the podcast because the IP of the name is strong enough to get checks and things like that and get what you want or need out of it. But you never own the platform that these episodes live on.
Exactly.
So you built an IP and you built IP but never owned the product because it's always being rented out and hoarded out on somebody else's platform.
Yeah.
And that's all he was saying was, nigga, it's like, yeah, y'all are the legends. Do it yourself, nigga. What the fuck are you asking other people for? So there's a moment at Joe calls him. Go to 1458. This shit was disgusting. Oh, wait. No. 1243. This nigga Joe. Because I'm like, when are we going to stop, like, playing nice with this nigga Elliott? Like, Joe seems to be the only one, like, giving him, like, actual real people advice. Everybody else is still just like, well, he's a legend and, you know, he might look crazy right now. Well, it's like, no, let's just clown this nigga. He looks terrible.
Well,
all the time.
Out of everybody doing this, aren't they, like, 5 years apart? He's the closest one to Elliott in age, right? How old is Joe Budden?
I don't know. What's that got to do with it, though?
He's like 40,
they're close in age.
45.
He's not. Elliott isn't a fucking elder.
He is an elder. He is an elder to him.
Well, not like
how
much older.
He's 45.
And how old is Elliott?
Like 56.
I don't know, but I know he's been in just the industry in terms of.
I thought they were like 5 years apart.
But even in terms of industry, he's an elder in the industry, even outside of age.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think Joe Budden is probably confident enough in this new era that he's dominating to be like, all right,
he's 54.
that was cool, but what you doing now, nigga? You need my advice. We in a whole new space.
And typically when it comes to like...
It's 10 years of difference. It's 54 and 44.
Oh, it's 10 years?
Yeah.
A lot happens in 10 years.
Well, I guess that kind of proves the point of why he gives him grace. It's like, come on, Dad. Like, you fucking chill out.
Pops.
Dad, like,
10 years as dad is crazy.
Hey,
at least 13, 14.
In the game.
In the game?
In the game.
Yeah.
You know, niggas age fast. Niggas die of strange ailments. Elements and ailments.
Yeah, okay.
Nigga.
Yeah, the deadly elements.
Right.
The four
Water,
deadly elements
wind.
can kill you.
This nigga Joe scolded his ass. Let's play this, though.
Answer the question.
Y'all let the company come between fuck and B-Dot, you piece of shit.
Yo,
you let the company. You ain't even spoke to B-Dot since May, you piece of shit. Are you crazy, Elliott? And you rode off to the sunset in LA with Jeremy Heck and DJ Head and got a fuck Rocks deal. Are you crazy, Elliott?
Listen, the Joe Budden Network Rap Radar Podcast. Let's do it. What's up with that? You and Charlamagne are funny. You know, you and Charlamagne are funny because y'all got all these critiques and shit while you're in a position of power to work with brothers. And, it's a lot of talk. It's a lot of talk.
Now we talking.
Now we talking. Put your money. Yes, you have networks. You have power position to launch other podcasts, offer your colleagues a podcast you have great respect for a deal. The open market is saying they don't want Rap Radar podcasts. I think that's fucking wrong. But
so then you get with your man and put your work boots on. So then you get with your man and put your work boots on.
I get a job.
And that's the problem, I think, with Elliott Wilson.
Pause.
Yo, Elliott.
So he knows the market don't want it, and he's refusing to make the product better, but wanting to beg the younger generation with power and who have like taken more power and control over their business. Well, yeah, let's just do it. Just give me a check.
How do old
because
niggas
you
change?
respect what I do.
Like we got to
even though the market
because
doesn't
those
want
two
it.
niggas specifically are criticizing them, and they have the power to technically do it.
Yeah, but niggas,
you also know
that
your
doesn't mean
product.
that they're obligated though.
Right. And it's like your product ain't shit.
Yeah, I could talk all the shit I want about you if you.
it's like I support you because
Right.
I want you to do good, but you also got to want that for yourself.
He brought it to Charlamagne. Charlamagne said, "We don't want that shit."
And the Black Effect don't turn down anybody.
But that's a human thing. Y'all niggas don't fuck with each other. But like, yeah, the Black Effect will sign. They'll put that logo on some dog shit. So he really don't like you for real. Like for him to say no.
And he came out and said that, right?
Yeah, he came out
Like,
and said
just
it.
plainly
Yeah.
said it. Like, I just don't fuck with you, dog.
Yeah. He said he came over here and we didn't want that shit. And he said that on Brilliant Idiots. So yeah, that's just I don't fuck with you thing. I want to see you starve and beg, which you're making it really satisfying for a lot of niggas who want to see you fail. Because all we see is you just, I need a job. Because there's another moment when he comes back, he's like, give me a job. I need a job.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no, this is disgusting. nigga.
Journalist for hire.
Yeah, go to that.
Was
I need a
hyped
job.
for food.
I need a job was crazy.
What's the number?
1258.
It's headed back north.
1458. Sorry.
Go to Rap Radar YouTube page and do it there.
That's right. I need a job, nigga. Jobs.
No, but Elliott, it's been
tremendous
alright.
entrepreneurial success like yourself. It's still a job. So yeah, I get a job in California. I try to build Up Rocks up. I create a new show. I try to reinvent myself, and that's what the fuck I want. What you want me to do? If we can pick up where we left off in 1 minute.
Are you interested in doing that?
Situation, right? Yes, of course.
Well, part of doing that is calling your man that you ain't spoke to in
11 months.
since the deal was canceled that you ruined.
B-Dot said to you he's open to anything. If there's a deal on the table, we would go right back to work.
But why does it have to be a deal on the table to speak?
We ain't doing that shit for free.
Because he needs. I'm not talking about checking on the well-being of somebody you worked with for a decade. That's it.
I'm always digging up his content, the unlisted shit.
You're doing everything but answering the question.
So now you're the monitor.
We on our Capricorn shit, nigga. I feel you now.
Now you're like the monitor of male friendship and shit. You're the guy. You're the fucking guy.
Well, no, actually, I'm the nigga that says fuck one alone, die alone. But since you want to be out there with a show looking like friends, let's fucking like friends.
I think we're more business partners than friends. He's always said that.
Yeah.
Like, we're more,
no, he said, don't worry, you said it again today. You said it again today, buddy.
Is that Mel laughing in the back?
Everybody.
I hate all you niggas. Wait, so y'all talk to this nigga as soon as the nigga leaves, gonna bang on Elliott?
No, he's here. No, he's right here. No, ain't no shout out to B-Dot.
Hi, Elliott.
No, we ain't phony.
We ain't talking about your back. Say
nigga. He skirted around every question, to be honest. Didn't really address the root of the...
That's pretty embarrassing, man. You ever talk to a nigga, he calls and answers immediately. And then you just like hear him discussing the relationship in front of it. It's like, man, I haven't talked to this nigga in a year.
Man,
like that's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
He answered the phone for this nigga immediately.
Yeah, that's crazy.
2 rings.
Yeah. Elliott's actually like a dirtbag. He a piece of shit for real.
Who?
Elliott Wilson.
Oh, yeah.
Because
based on all this.
He's a little curmudgeon, man.
Yeah.
He's a little curmudgeon. I don't know if he's worse than Joe.
Yeah, that's what I was.
But he's
thinking
definitely
too.
he's a little goblin. He's a
Joe's
little
the
goblin
worst,
for Joe.
right?
I don't know if maybe. I think he is the worst.
Mm-hmm.
out of most people that we talk about, I don't.
Worse than Adam 22?
Yeah, I don't
Adam
know.
22's godless too. Remember that?
Actually, Adam 22 is the worst.
He's the worst.
A black business can't be the worst. That's impossible. Not for this episode.
Customer service too good.
Not for this episode.
Wow.
Yeah.
Customer service.
What do we name this?
Customer service.
What do we name this episode? Black business? Some shit?
Black bidness. Not business. Bidness.
B-I-N-E-S?
B-I-D-N-E-S-S.
B-I-D-N-E-S-S.
Bidness.
Stand on business.
Business. You gotta pop your shoulder while you're saying business.
Oh man. I mean, I really have 2 more things before we go, but it's late. I think we're falling apart a little bit. I have the latest with Loren. The Loren LaRosa show. That is,
y'all been watching that?
It's fucking trash.
Of course not.
Y'all been watching that shit?
It's trash. That's really what I've been saying.
I went there.
But
I saw it was 26 minutes. I was like, I don't remember it being 20s. I thought they marketed it as 15 to 20.
Yeah,
I'm not watching
They
this shit.
definitely did. But I knew when I listened to the audio, there was about 7 to 8 minutes of dynamic insertion. So, yeah.
Okay.
So you were disappointed though, right? Because you had not high hopes, but you thought it was going to be good.
Wish I remember what I said.
A lot of positive, great, best
you had
ever.
I said I don't see the
Because
point.
you know
of it.
it was.
I think it's going to be
in
another.
comparison to putting Jess down. So you was like, "Yo, this shit about to be good."
It was supposed to be good, right, AJ?
I didn't say that. So I'll repeat what I said since y'all forgot. I said I don't see the point of a 15-minute daily podcast.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be bad, but I don't think it'll be good. I think that it won't mean anything unless there's like a video format that's actually good. But I don't think she does anything bad. But I don't see the point, and I don't think it'll. That's pretty much what I was saying.
And how did it turn out? It was pretty much the same.
It actually sucked. It did suck. It sucked ass, actually.
Did it feel like
Poetik Flakko actually fixed it? He made a beautiful video. I'll say Flacco's been going crazy this last week or two.
Yeah.
Flakko did a video, broke down why this podcast is just not. I should have hit the bell. I'll insert it later. Why this podcast is just not doing well, because it's a YouTube show. They're pushing it on YouTube as well too. But they don't give a fuck about the YouTube because they got her in the white room with a washed out white background. There's no background. It's just her in front of a white screen.
She's in the void.
There was one camera angle before Flakko made his videos. He was like, there's no thumbnails. This shit literally is just a mess right now. Like,
Okay, so when he said that, I'm thinking like he's giving out real game.
He did
It's
give
just-
out. He
it's
did give
just-
out real game.
Okay, I was
He
about to say
said-
like, damn, just structurally base level, this shit is
It's not good.
damn.
But he went through it and gave all the suggestions, and then right after that drop, they fixed it.
I haven't seen that
It's
video.
still like not. They're still working on it, but the difference is night and day.
It's marginally better.
Same set is still trash because it's still the white background, but there's 2 cameras now.
Does she give her opinion?
Not really, because I watched the
Tasha K.
I didn't watch the Tasha K thing, but I watched her talking about the Gilly and Wallo thing. And the whole time I was listening, I was like, she is not telling us what she thinks at all.
No.
Okay.
She's just saying shit.
And that's important
yeah,
too.
it's just
'Cause,
like
do you prefer that?
No, because I didn't understand the point of it. It was like,
yeah,
she said, Wallo is mad about this. And let me tell you about what type of person Wallo is. And that was it. And then I was like, what the fuck was the
So what she excels at is what she doing on the Breakfast Club. That's what she excels at, which is the journalistic shit and doing that and bringing the story.
It's
the
just a
news
money
story.
play. I do remember saying
So
that too.
She doesn't need the podcast thing because we never really have been listening to her for her opinion anyway.
Yeah, nobody's been like, yo, we need 15 more minutes of Lauren.
Yeah.
For her opinion.
To keep talking about this news.
I'm gonna be honest. I feel like I've seen
refreshing-
that comment though.
It's just refreshing to get the.
Let's be honest.
To get the real shit.
Me too.
No.
No, I feel you.
But that only with Lauren though.
Yeah.
Even if people don't mean it, like, yo, I would just love Lauren to have her own show, even though people don't even know what the fuck that means.
They should have just kept that audio because, like, I mean, at least they are actively trying to make it better. There's still no point of the show. That's a fact. There's still 0 points of the show. It's just a way to get money. I said that before. It's
She's
just
not
another
faster.
check.
My bad. She's not faster than like your For You page on Twitter. Like and that's why I asked if she giving her opinion, because that's the only thing that really matters. Because I know what the fuck is happening. You feel me? Like I'm not like listening to. I feel like this is for people that still get weather information or traffic information from the radio. Like that's what this is. That's what her podcast is for.
And a little bit of like just getting more of a detailed breakdown on the story that's going on, because everybody got their favorite YouTube. I don't want to call them video essays, but like the Jamaris of the world or like the Patrick CCs that'll like really talk about some
Moist
celebrity
critical
gossip.
shit, yeah.
Moist critical. They go in, and it's not always just their opinion. It's just more of an elaboration on the facts, because a lot of times you just see headlines.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, he smacked this nigga. Why? Where? Like certain
Moist-
information like that get lost.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shout out
that's
to
true.
Moist Critical. I was watching.
And that's what I was saying. If she was going to do this show, it needs to be a video format, and it needs to be that, essentially. And it's just like, this is what happened. They put that bullshit out. They did a whole rollout for it. And I'm not going to say her altercation with Jess was a rollout. Just like this big announcement, signed a big deal, articles and shit like that. They did this big announcement.
Turned it into one.
For this, just this trash product that like just did not need that. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, if you were just going to throw the audio out there and I was going to clear that check, then it was perfect. We do all this rollout for an audio thing that most people aren't going to look for. But like once you put it on YouTube, now we get to see it.
Yeah.
You get to hide what's happening when you just throw the audio out because nobody can see it. But then once you give us, you just throw a product out just because she's buzzing right now, thinking that niggas are dying to hear her opinion that she's not even giving.
Yeah.
It's like, so yeah, I don't know. They did make adjustments really quick after Poetik Flakko's video, because his video got like 90,000 in like 4 days. They made swift adjustments with editing and shit, but it's still gonna take a while. She needs a set. There's no set yet. It's still no set.
Yeah, you can't talk about news in the void, dog. That shit.
Yeah, it looks insane. It's the room that Neo and Morpheus were in, like before they loaded
And
into
she is the kind of branch where they could probably do some cool shit. Like they did some real like journalistic newspaper theme. Like if they had like a room just covered in newspapers and she was just in
They could at least put her on like a corny green screen, like Danny Brown shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that would have been cool. You
I
know what
haven't
I'm
seen
saying?
the
Like,
set or anything, but hearing y'all talk about that is
go to it.
is really upsetting for me because Charlemagne said this was like a long process. Like
that's embarrassing. Then
he said that they've been had this drop date for like at least 60 days, right?
that's why him not signing you, Elliott Wilson, to the Rap Radar is crazy. He don't fuck with you because this took weeks to produce. At least y'all's look better. Also, her intro looks like a vlog channel intro. It doesn't look like a podcast intro.
It's on the Black Effects Network.
It might be, but shit, I didn't even know they had a YouTube channel, honestly. I forgot. Nah, but go to, they do put it on here. They're not even cracking 1,000 views on the Black Effect channel.
Okay.
Damn, this shit is terrible.
I gotta go to her.
Yeah, go to her channel.
Okay. Should I go to one of the ones beforehand?
Shit, one of them bitches.
12 days ago.
Okay, y'all. This is the latest with Loren LaRosa. I am Loren LaRosa. This is episode 4. So let's get on into some things. We taking y'all to court. We doing a little court. You know what I mean? If there's a dun Taylor, put that on in here. I need that. Okay, it's giving litigation right now. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was Drake. You guys know that Drake has been going back and forth with Universal Music Group over the song Not Like Us, even though he's positioning it and claiming that it's not.
It's crazy how boring it is.
Yeah, it just doesn't look. It could look better.
Go to a
that white in the background is fucking white.
That's every one. That's every video. Which I think it's a green screen, but look how much better it is though. Still on that white void. They need to hire YouTube editors.
Yeah.
Celebrity drama. Drew Sidora, they're giving the vibes as if she's dating Portia's ex.
Oh my God.
Check. Music, movies, and viral moments. Gabrielle Union came out and said.
It does seem like it's about to be a lifestyle love and hip hop.
Right. That doesn't even look like a podcast intro, right?
Yeah.
That looks like a daily vlog.
Yeah, it looks like she's about to be on the move.
At least they're starting to try and pop shit up and do all that.
Yeah, they're starting to pop shit up, so this is different.
Oh, they got shit playing behind her and shit? That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And this was directly after Poetik Flakko's video.
Recommending to do shit like this. They put the logo down here.
So Poetik Flakko is actively fixing the Loren LaRosa channel podcast.
For free.
Yeah, pretty much.
And is that an all white space or is that a...
I feel like it's a green screen because it's so white.
Why? But if it was a green screen, they wouldn't make it that white, right? They would know better.
I feel like it would be that white because it's a green screen.
But can't you edit
tell.
it? It just she looks sharp as fuck.
Which makes me think green screen.
Which makes me go back to your point. They need to hire a YouTube editor.
Yeah, it looks like her.
I thought Taylor was supposed to be a producer on here.
Producer is very loose.
Yeah, they just be giving niggas like credits, and it's like, what does she do?
You remember when we was at the Black Effect event?
What did she do with the audio though?
You remember when we was at the Black Effect event?
You gotta start getting down to the bottom of these niggas' titles.
I do remember.
You remember that light skinned girl who was walking
With the
around
camera.
controlling niggas, telling niggas where to go?
Who?
At the Black Effect
Podcast Festival?
Podcast Festival, whatever that was. You remember her, that light skinned girl?
Yes.
She was a producer, but I doubt she knew how to work everything on that camera. But she definitely knew how to tell
not a
niggas to
camera
make
woman.
that brighter. Like, nigga, they don't see it well, make that brighter. And that's all a producer is. You just are in charge of people that know what they're really doing.
A little quality control.
For the most part, there are a lot of producers that probably know every intricate,
Gotta be
tedious
careful
level
with the
of it.
titles getting thrown around. You know, like niggas just giving out titles.
Nah, titles need to get thrown around. We need
I don't
that.
think so.
We need that. Yeah. Oh,
You know how many titles you'd have? You'd have a shit ton of titles.
What's wrong with that? He's an accomplished guy.
Yeah, man.
Fuck it.
It just sounds crazy.
It is
after a while.
disrespectful to people that like Loren, who's like probably an actual producer.
You talking about white man, right?
Yeah, white man. Yeah, damn, I forgot her name is Loren too.
Someone, I've done the work to set things up. It's pretty easy to run at this point.
See, producing is nothing, dog.
Producing
Even more
is,
set.
it's so vague though. Like it's so vague, bro. Like
Because it means too many different things.
Like what was the flashback thing? What was the segment? Like you could produce a segment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're a producer now. It's just like okay, I thought of a topic, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like like that's just I hate when niggas just throw titles around.
Google the definition of produce.
Yeah. Man, niggas make one bad song and claim they rappers.
Because they are.
Yeah.
That's all it takes is one bad song. You can rap. A person, company, or country that makes, grows, or supplies goods or commodities for sale. A person responsible for the financial and managerial aspects of making a movie or broadcast, or for staging a play, an opera, etc.
Managerial.
So many different definitions.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
But I think that second one is the one.
She's a producer
For us?
Yeah,
Like,
that we're
in
looking
terms
for.
of creative
'Cause you said
stuff?
for movies and broadcasts.
Yeah, in terms of creative stuff.
Yeah. So you either managing the financial aspect or
Nah, but if Flakko's making your show better, that says something.
And managerial. Flacco's a great YouTuber though.
And a great producer.
It's like a lot of these people think that because they have clout or something on the radio, like just because you're famous, that means that whatever they put on YouTube, they think that they can just throw things on YouTube and it'll work. YouTube will penalize you.
And that means
for some bullshit content. I don't give a fuck. Like, they don't care how big you are. Like,
and that means something, a big ass like conglomerate.
yeah, you have to
And
know
Flakko. And
how
okay.
YouTube works.
Shout out to Flakko. I don't want to not give him this fucking credence and like this good faith and shit, but is that true, or is it just so happens that like Flakko dropped a video and they was like, hey, let's step it up a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, fuck it. I fuck with Flakko. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, they're not going to come out and say it, but they went 14 episodes with what they thought was a good product. He made one video. 2 days later, it's a completely different show. Like, they watch. Everybody watches. They take your advice. They're just not going to admit that they watch it or took your advice.
So Loren being a producer, you don't think she was like, because this is her job.
She's not a YouTuber. YouTube is different. Knowing how YouTube works and what works on YouTube, that's a different mindset than going to work and putting news stories together.
Yep.
Completely different mindset. They're two different people.
Mindset, yeah.
Taylor need to come back from maternity leave.
No, she doesn't. I don't think she's a good YouTuber. Like, I don't think she would make this show any better.
Damn.
And if she had
you don't
anything
think she got all memes necessary?
No. And if she was a part of anything with those 14 episodes, then she was the problem. She was one of the problems.
Man, who, Taylor? She was
Yeah.
one of the problems?
I'm saying she would have been if she was part of one of those first 13, 14 episodes.
Because she co-signed that.
No.
And said, this is it. This is fire. Everybody gassed that up. I know they did. They said, nigga, this is fire. Put that shit out.
What are the comments talking about? Are her fans loving it?
And they're like, yo, you guys have really stepped it up recently.
I was about to say, is there
yeah,
a Reddit?
like, good. Niggas are happy.
Or, yeah, the comments.
We love Loren. Yeah.
See the team growth, all that shit.
I love Patrick. Patrick's the dude that's off camera, right?
Yeah, which shocked me just because I was like, well, what happened to... yeah, you took my advice for a co-host. Get a background, too. It's giving Cell Block 74.
Mm-hmm. No limelight. You guys got good energy as always. The news was that Kevin was in love with the... I can't read that. It's fucking blurry.
You're holding my attention.
It's getting so much better. Getting
God,
better.
it's just blurry.
I love the setup, the transition you made to the platform. It gets
I feel
better.
like I've proven that by now.
At least they know.
What'd she say back? Oh, thank you.
Give Poetik Flakko his credit, man.
He can have it.
He wasn't even like mean-spirited. He was really going through it. He said, we have to get thumbnails right
Yeah,
now.
it was
There's,
really good.
There's no thumbnails on this page. He's like, that's not going to work.
He
You know
broke
what I'm
that shit
saying?
all the way
Like,
down, yeah.
he was like extremely nice about it. Like, sound advice. Like, as I'm watching it, I'm like, nah, this is some real shit. Like,
You got anything to add on?
Great advice.
no, he gave the bulk of it. I mean, like I said, the set, she just has to pick a set. It could just be an office room. You know what I mean? It can't be this white.
Or if it's a green screen, put her...
Or just, yeah, make it...
whatchamacallit behind her.
Put her in the
Put the whole, the name of the show back there.
At
Something.
least to have something
it's
that's
gotta
not
be
all
something.
white.
Yeah.
Because when she's sharp as fuck.
It makes it look like her teeth just are the continuation of the background.
Yeah.
Like when she smiles, it's just like, oh shit, that's what's behind her.
And I couldn't tell, but she looked choppy. Like,
I don't
know what
like the
frames
intro either.
that is.
I think the intro could change because that looks like a vlog intro. Keep that intro, but that needs to be for your vlogs, not for your podcast. I don't know.
Show your breast.
The name of the
yeah. Oh, God. I don't know what I don't know what we can do to fix
All
this.
right. We'll do these 3 office hours.
Yeah. Part near the end of the show, we get to answer some questions. Part near the end of the show, we get to answer some questions.
What we do, nigga.
Part near the end of the show. Okay. Comment down below your hashtag office hours. You know what I mean? We get to get closer to y'all. It just happened. I was like, oh shit, I think I got something right now.
I think I got something right now.
So yeah, this is what we do, you know what I mean? Every week, every end of the episode. Thank y'all for staying. Like the video, you might as well. You stayed this far. If you're watching live and if you want to leave an office hours, you got to swipe right if you're on mobile phone because you're in the live chat, you see?
Yes,
so just make sure you're thinking about that.
But shout out Shop Got Sauce 6812. I feel like this is one of your first comments, maybe. Hashtag office hours. Referring to the 𝙿𝙾𝚃𝚃 situation, thoughts on how black people in California let other races get away with saying the N-word, that they are now desensitized to it. Does this happen in the Carolinas? Because in the Midwest, if your daddy ain't black, it's going to be a problem. Let me know I'm not crazy.
The N-word conversation is so, because like, all right, so what you said, if your daddy ain't black, you're going to go find his father?
Every time?
What if he's partly black? Will there be a congressional like held to like seat to like, all right, we got to sit down and like do a DNA? It's so.
And why is having a black mom not enough?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's really all the patriarchal society and like women not, you know. I just keep seeing AJ confused. Like, fuck it.
Nigga, what?
Try to double down.
But the 𝙿𝙾𝚃𝚃 situation, look, man.
Do you know it?
I remember it very vaguely. I think it was, and he was saying the N-word, I don't think it was in a good way. I forgot about that situation, but I don't think it was in a good way. He wasn't just saying nigga like, yo, my nigga, what's going on?
It wasn't friendly.
Exactly how you were saying it.
You talking about that dark Mexican. He's a short, dark Mexican.
I don't know if he's I don't know what a dark Mexican is.
Like a dark-skinned Mexican.
Nah, not really. I guess, maybe.
Do you remember the situation?
Yeah, it was.
Explain it.
They were at AD Stream, and it was Hov was there, and he was using nigga regularly.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, yo, it's like, y'all let Mexicans say nigga around here? Like, what the fuck is that about?
Yeah.
That's essentially what it was. I do think California is crazy. I think it's weird in California, but I don't think California follows the social rules that anywhere else in the entire country follows.
There's Hispanics down here
LA,
that say it.
Yeah,
Yes.
but I don't think I would Hispanics that say it.
And I will say most Hispanics
They do though.
that I'm around that like maybe will say it, like it's very sparingly.
They say it though. We even had a situation. We were hosting a show one time. It's an open mic situation, so it's like, you know, you throw your name in the hat, you get to perform.
It wasn't an open mic, it was actually.
It wasn't. Oh, regardless though, this Mexican artist went up and he was saying nigga a lot in his songs, and you know, if you were, especially this one particular black woman in the front took
not
issue
having
with
that
that
shit.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they started booing him.
It was a Lil Tony show.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
at the
Lil
Lil Tony show, and they were not having that.
Yeah, nah, they was wild. There was niggas fighting and that shit, but they booed him off stage.
That's beautiful, actually.
Mm-hmm. We had to give him a pet talk backstage. We was like, hey, nigga, hey, tough crowd.
We would let you say it. But,
I'm about to say, yeah.
What's saying all you want right now? They would not.
That's crazy.
Give a nigga a dap.
Yeah, nah, that shit's a little weird. That shit's weird.
Yeah, but
I
you
think
can't.
I think there are like I've definitely I'm not gonna act like I haven't known a Spanish person to do it or a Mexican to do it, but it was like, yeah, I don't know, it's different.
Yeah, nah.
Man.
I feel like as I get older,
to?
as I get older, I'm like, oh, I'm good. I know Cambodians that said nigga. They were
You
like,
cool with that?
they were like group home babies and shit like that. Like the ones that the ones that I'm talking about, like the Cambodians that like still had their parents and shit, they didn't use nigga. But like the ones that were like with niggas in the group home,
foster babies,
they definitely use nigga.
Foster babies can do whatever they want,
essentially. You know what I'm saying? Like it was kind of like, well, what's gonna happen?
Oh my god,
they're ready. They're willing to stand on that shit all the way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What
Like,
you gonna do about it? Nigga? They don't have parents,
right?
Shout out to all the foster
Which
babies.
means they don't have their culture.
Michael Salas, #Office Hours. Have you guys read that Whitney Webb article, One Label Under Blackmail? It connects Epstein to Diddy. It informs you of which people, companies, and organizations, he used that camera, that benefited from these business practices / private prisons. Goodness. It gives just context to things we've heard from people like Joe Budden or Charlemagne have said or alluded.
That's how you read that.
Have said or alluded to about the music industry. I wouldn't even be surprised if they was connected, but
I haven't heard anything about this.
It's
Whitney Webb article.
Whitney Webb. Who the hell is that?
Yeah, I don't even know
He
who that
name
is.
dropped it like she just
Epstein was,
honestly, people probably do know. We just
ignorant.
I really stopped giving a fuck about the Diddy thing like really early.
the Epstein shit is serious.
I stopped giving a fuck
you
about
gotta
that
watch,
too.
you
Once they
gotta
put him in
watch-
jail, who cares anymore?
You gotta watch like 24 Hours. Nah, dog. Because it's,
he was just the face of a whole
it's so
organization.
Deep.
Yeah.
Like he's connected to everybody.
Like that ring is not done.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
They got him. They didn't do anything about that shit.
And then it turns out that for some reason, I don't want to say it's wrong, but he was in charge of like financial shit with Victoria's Secret because they had signed off the rights. And it's like, it's kind of ironic that, you know, Victoria's Secret has a lot of bitches, gets them from random
Foreign
places.
places, yeah.
And, you know, has leadership of that company when he did have it. I forgot the context. It wasn't like, he wasn't able to fire anybody, but it was financial decisions.
Mhm.
It was weird, but
yeah, financier.
Yeah, I believe it. All these things are demonic and the crazy stories that we've heard about the music industry. I believe all of them.
I'm gonna do my research because you know we've been, you know, me and Tone, LOI the stream, we've been getting radicalized every week.
Nah, you've been joining my radicalization, nigga.
Getting radicalized. You've been honestly catching up.
Nah, I've been ahead of you this whole time.
Oh my god.
That's what Dave Noble said.
Shout out Dr. Amos N. Wilson. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Learning Black history.
Shout out Leak 5426. AJ calling out people for being hypocritical because of editing is a slippery slope, brother.
Slippery.
# office hours. Is it worth arguing a messenger if the message is more important? Shouldn't we protect black women? Just because you haven't seen me always protect black women means I can't say we should protect black women. # another one. What's the dirt do now? # it don't matter if you black or right.
I think we should protect black women.
Yes.
Even though that wasn't a question.
Yeah. No, it was. You put a question mark on it.
Shouldn't we protect black women?
I guess that was good.
Yeah.
Of course we should.
Is it
protect
worth
black women.
arguing a message if the mess? Oh wait, is it
Just
worth
because-
arguing a messenger if the message is more important?
Ideally, no. But
Ideally,
a
no,
lot
but
of
why
niggas
is-
take advantage of a lot of niggas take advantage of that opportunity to not address.
But why is the messenger always fucked up though? Like that's my problem. It's like it's always the messenger that's fucked, and it's like they do the opposite of like what they're preaching. That is so annoying. It's like.
And
they're always
unfortunately-
preaching one thing and living literally it's like we always figure that out at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Like why can't the nigga but the niggas who like are like living the way that they're preaching or something like that, they're too busy living the way that they're preaching. They don't have time to be like trying to sell that shit. Like they're just like enjoying their life, they're doing it, but it's the messengers that are normally the goofies that are just like preaching some message that they're not even living behind.
I feel it, but at a certain point, you do got to ignore who's saying it and acknowledge what's being said. Because that's our parents, too. Our parents told us a bunch of shit that they weren't doing, but they wanted us to be better than them. So it's like, all right, let me tell the little nigga this, even though I haven't figured it out. He might have a shot.
Yeah.
It depends, though. Like,
I
it
just hate
depends.
the
Because
messenger
sometimes
always
you
has to be
can't argue
fucked
with the
up.
messenger because a lot of people are, for the most part, just preoccupied with the opinions that help their case and they're not even listening to the other side. So
I think I gave like Dr. Umar Johnson like the most years of just like bad customer service, like you were saying.
yeah,
Like we have to give them time to do better. But like over the last 2 years, I'm like, I don't give a fuck what he says until that school is done. Like I'm really on that now. But for the last 10 years that I've been watching Dr. Umar Johnson, I didn't care about that shit. I just ignored it. But at this point, it's like, give me the fucking school at this point.
do you know what it takes to build a school?
I don't give a fuck no more.
Exactly.
Build the school and there better be, I need to see children
Taxes,
there.
teachers,
Black children.
lunches.
I don't care. I don't care about nothing anymore until that school is operating with children.
To even respecting black businesses, we know.
Yeah, so I ignored that shit for a long time. So yeah, the message
He had a lot of good excuses for a couple years.
Yeah, for first couple years, it was
Like,
the
he kept
excuses
you
were
afloat
solid.
with the
Yeah,
excuse.
yeah, but it got to a point where I just don't give a fuck no more. Like, give us the school.
I feel like I haven't heard him talk about it.
He
Like, when was
can.
the last time he gave an update?
Wasn't he just arguing with Lord Jamar?
About the school or just
People bring it up every so
Flat
often.
Earth.
Like anytime I feel like he's gone to the Breakfast Club, they be like, "How's the school?" And he's like, "Oh, the school's doing good." And they move. It's always the smallest point of a conversation now. Like I've noticed that. Like Charlamagne might be the only one that like asked him about it. I think Joe asked him about it. Like the school's doing good. Yeah, man. We're right there we're almost done. It's
That shit was
he's got a bunch of idioms.
yeah, and it's a 2-minute conversation and they move on. You know.
Yeah. Let him school.
Let's talk about Black Forever, White Never, whatever, whatever his latest catchphrase is that he's selling.
Black forever, white never.
I can't remember. What was it? You know what I'm saying? Snow bunnies, Black queens forever, snow bunnies never, some shit like that. I can't
You might have
remember.
cracked it. That might
Something
be it
like
right
that.
there.
Shit, even Dr. Umar would have to wait that.
But it could be a slippery slope. You're right.
Give up.
But I don't give a fuck. I'll slip if I have to.
Wait that baby.
I believe everything I said about Ryan Clark. That shit was goofy what he did.
You think
He
Dr.
folded.
Umar would like the bitch we rated during Patreon? Think he would like her?
I think he'll like her more than the bitch we rated on LOI. Mondays at 6.
Dr. Umar like white bitches, man. Dr. Umar is scumbag somehow, man.
Yeah, you can't go that hard against him if you don't
Just
have
because
like a
you
little
haven't,
bit of-
because you
little bit of
haven't
something.
seen me always protect black women means
that I can't say we should protect black women. You disagree with that, AJ?
No.
Well,
And
you
that's-
wasted your time asking
That's
that
what
shit.
we was trying to say. What's
Yeah,
the
but why the
dirt?
fuck you keep saying it? That's my problem. Why do you keep saying it then? Just do it all the time. You shouldn't have to say it. I should just know.
Slippery slope, man.
What if he thought he was protecting black women by pressing Schulz because a black woman asked him to do it?
He folded on Schulz. He folded, man.
Didn't fold.
I think that's just.
I think he asked him. I think they argued like the first couple of minutes about that.
Stand
shit,
on
right?
shit.
I think 99% of the time, that's just something you say. You have to see someone protect black women a certain way. You have to be in scenarios to see that.
What do we mean by
even within
protecting? Either,
even
like,
within context of
we're not
conversation?
talking about swooping down.
Nah,
and
context of conversation. Also
getting
for
their
things
purse
like that.
back.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that either.
Yeah, in terms of how they're spoken about.
Yeah, how they're spoken about
Stuff
and
like
stuff
that.
like
That's
that,
I feel like that's mainly what they're talking about.
Yeah, that's normally what it is.
Most
protect the narrative of black women.
Yeah,
Right.
upholding them in
Yeah.
public, which is difficult
Why?
because jokes happen.
The only people you hear talking about it is people
And
who
like-
are
You were about to say
talking.
something crazy.
Jokes
was a bit-
happen.
I saw it. It was on the edge.
Nah, it was just like it's hard because typically the people and the things you love, you talk.
You
shit
joke the
about.
most about, yeah.
You know,
Because it's closest to you.
it's closest to you, and that's with anything. And our culture is a little bit more harder, as we know in the beginning of the episode. We're a little bit more harder on ourselves. So
But if it's you, you're a little bit easier on us.
first they're sour, then they're sweet. I'm both. You know what I mean?
Then
I'm
they're
not just
gone.
all one thing, nigga. But I mean, you want to just be black or white.
No
Nah,
gray
man.
area.
You can't do that.
All
But-
definitives, all finites, whatever.
What should what the dirt do? I'm surprised.
What should what the dirt do now?
I'm surprised you didn't call him Sir Yes Sir. We're usually good with nicknames around here.
That's not sir, yes, sir. That's
Shit.
that's what the dirt.
Yeah, you talking about talk. Oh, well, I ain't gonna say it right.
Oh,
Mark that for me, please. But yeah, no.
Talk to her.
Yeah, yeah, right. I think he should do what he's continuing to do is drop vlog videos. You know, he clashed with black culture. They hate him. I still fuck with him. But I think he should.
Fuck with everybody questionable. Then you question niggas that seem alright.
I fuck with everybody question. That's not true.
That nigga's bothersome. But yeah, I don't know.
Everybody with bad customer service and bad reviews, you fuck with them.
fuck with them.
No, that's you.
Your radar's off.
No, nigga, that's you.
All you gotta do is say it like that.
Yeah,
That's
right.
all it is.
I got it right.
Like, yep, got him.
Come on, man. But nah, I don't. What's the dirt? I could have sworn I seen him somewhere talking to Curtis, that light skinned dude. I forgot his YouTube handle.
Mediocre
Curtis
tutorial.
King.
I doubt it.
Curtis King.
Curtis King.
Nigga said mediocre.
I was about to say
tutorial.
MTR. Nigga.
Nah, yeah.
MTR
Curtis
look like
King.
He was just talking to
Curtis
Curtis
King hate that nigga.
arguing about something.
So does
the company man.
Company Man. I don't think he doesn't hate him, but
Nah, the company man hates him.
Deleted hates him too.
Shit.
He has a video that says I hate this YouTuber, and it's about Matt from What's the Dirt.
Rap is a very serious thing.
And
What's
when
the
you
dirt?
count the
Yeah,
N-words.
niggas take it way too seriously.
When
That shit.
When you count the N-word totals, that's when
I'm
things.
sorry, it's still funny when that nigga said you look like you didn't grow up saying that word. That shit is funny still.
Should touch your leg, boy.
Marc Lamont Hill responded.
Yeah, he did.
What that nigga said?
Oh, let's hear it. I think Matt should continue to do what he's doing right now. Okay, let's see this shit.
Yeah, shout out to What's the
Hold
Dirt.
YouTube chicks.
And then we'll end the show. And I'll probably zoom this up to the other segment. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. This fly come over here again. It's gonna meet a few times.
I just subscribed to your shit too, bro. What's up, everybody? It's your boy BREAD Fox, report from the Chicks Universe, and today we talking about this Marc Lamont Hill and academic situation. So for those of you who have saw, Chicks actually covered the initial response from Akademiks when he was talking about the whole situation of why he's actually boycotting the JPP. Pretty much, he's boycotting to the JPP because of the situation that he got into with Marc Lamont Hill a couple of years ago. Marc Lamont Hill actually criticized Akademiks for a recording that was released that pretty much said, hey, there's no difference between a 21-year-old and a 17-year-old.
And to keep it real, if you think about it in the bigger scheme of things, there's not much difference between a 20 or a 17 or a 21 and a 17. Just kind of mean one's a minor and one's not a minor. But I will say, listen, I adopted this rule, which I think it was fine. I said, listen, man, as long as a chick got a college ID, she's getting f***ed. I don't care if she's 17. I don't care if she's 17 and a half. I don't care if she just turned 17. She's going to get this dick.
And that recording went viral of Akademiks saying that, and Marc Lamont Hill immediately issued a response. Akademiks is trash for a million reasons, always has been. I don't understand how or why anybody is cool with him or supports what he does. Now, that automatically set Akademiks off, and as usual, he went on one of his drunken tirades, absolutely going crazy on Marc Lamont Hill.
If you thought I was a but like you, I will violate.
And when you see him, you kind of sort of have to stand on that. And I think Akademiks is avoiding standing on that completely. Luckily for Akademiks, Marc Lamont Hill is a reasonable person and is a well-educated man. And he's pro-black as they come. So he doesn't want to get into any physical altercations with black people if he absolutely doesn't have to. So in response to hearing about what Akademiks said about boycotting the JPP, it seems like Marc Lamont Hill was able to decipher all of the noise and issue a proper response addressing the entire situation.
Wasn't trying to cut you off, but do you have an answer for that? Like, because I've always wondered that myself. I'm personally not a fan of
I don't remember saying that, to be honest. So I don't know what where my head was when I said it. But what I would say, because I can't answer that question, but I don't necessarily feel that way. Yeah, I know why people hang with lots of people. I would say I have been critical in the past of his platform. It's not personal. Like, I don't know him. I've never met him. Never had a conversation with him. There's just been certain things in media, as public media figures, we have critiques of each other. You know, people might have a critique of me. I had a critique of some of the stuff he's done in the past on his platform. You know, and I think as a media critic, that's sort of my job. At the personal level, why people hang with him, why people talk to him, I would say two things. One, I don't know him to have an opinion on that. And two, it's not my business to have that comment. If I said that, I don't remember saying that, but if I did and I believe you, then I shouldn't have said that. Because that's not my business.
We riding on act now. That's it.
It's up.
Yo, you is a phony. Mark, the reason why the question came up is because I think Akademiks was reviewing or kind of looking at the 𝙿𝙾𝚃 interview on his stream, and he mentioned you, and he's like, he's saying that the reason why he hasn't been on the pod is because Joe got you up there now.
Yeah, and just to be clear, just so it's not an issue, I'm 46 years old, man. I'm not interested in having any beef, public or private, with anybody, but especially black men. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I've ever said something to offend the brother, you know what I mean? We can have a conversation. I'd love to have a conversation with him in private or in public, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that deep to me. You know, again, do I have critiques of him? Sure, I'm sure he has critiques of me too. You know what I mean? That's we're in the business of criticism. But it's nothing personal. I got no issue with him. And if he's not coming on JBP because of me, that's unfortunate. You know, he's got a voice that people want to hear. You know what I mean? And if, you know, hopefully that won't be the case, you know? But again, like, I'm happy to have any conversations publicly or privately about that. It ain't about nothing.
I'd love to see that. Yeah. Joe, hook it up since you calling Elliott while 𝙿𝙾𝚃 is there. You seem so concerned with male friendships.
And these two gentlemen can have some good discourse.
Well, there's a list of people that I'm going through this with, so they gotta wait in line.
they gotta pick a number.
Well, that's very nice of you. I know you say people never say you're nice, but if you're actually taking the time to help people out with their friendships, that's pretty nice.
Juicy, in real life, I never hear that I'm not nice.
Oh.
I'm a real nice guy.
Now, based off that response, it's
See, them niggas, it's no standing on business.
Yeah.
There's nothing for academics to be scared of. Yeah. Marc Lamont is gonna have the convo.
We still need to hear what
old to be
Akademiks
fighting niggas.
We still need to hear what Akademiks gonna say. I still feel like he might.
That's the sign we need to end this.
Let you pick that up in front of everybody, but it's still Akademiks could still be like, yo, I don't really give a fuck, yo. Like, you said what you said. You gotta stand on what you stand on.
No, he didn't say nothing that bad.
Be a man.
He's gonna cop out because he don't want to have to stand on what he said on. Stand on what he said.
It seems like Marc is not gonna press him on it either.
Nobody's gonna touch Ak, and nobody's gonna touch Marc because they are both willing to sue.
Marc is not beefing with another black dude. What are you talking about?
Yeah, nah.
He ain't gonna fight another brother.
Nah.
Facts. I don't even know if I'm gonna add that part in there. It's just like, because Marc didn't say shit
about it. It might ruin it. It might ruin the whole
honestly,
thing.
It was more fun without that.
Yeah, or just leave it here.
Right.
Leave it right here.
You're right. That's some bullshit at the end.
Because you know this is what happens. We raw. And appreciate y'all for sticking with us and shit. We about to head out. We about to vibe out. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all like the video. Leave your hashtag office hours in the comment section below, or you can send them if you want them heard, because a lot of people like that option too. They want to be heard by other people. So you can send the voice note too to the IG that pops up at the lower thirds. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, $5 Patreon. Not going to stay $5 for long. You already know what's going on.
Believe that.
But Jay Nobles.
Aaron the Plumber.
AJ the Menace.
White Men on the Boards.
Yeah.
And